if you wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama. Yeah, I got that big D energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama.
No, Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
I whip that beat down like Michael Obama.
We already have it with
I got that
Obama.
big
So
energy.
let's just calm down.
Nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I whip that ass like Michael Obama. I'm a girl, 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 I'm a whip them thing out like Michael Obama. I got that big energy. Ain't nobody wanna step like me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whip that ass like Michael Obama.
Buckle up for a wild ride.
You save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys.
Big ups. Happy Friday night. Welcome back to another episode of the Secret Society of Good Guys. As always, we are your good guys. So if you're one of the first 50 people here, it does help the algorithm. We don't get shared all the time with people because we don't like Dr. Fauci very much. And so, you know, it helps. So if you feel like massaging it a little bit, give it a heart or retweet it or something like that. Always follow everyone on the stage. And if you want to hang out with the world's most dangerous chat, go over to projectchaney.com and you can hang out with them in the chat room. Hi, good guys.
Hey. Okay, who's responsible for that awesome Donald Trump video?
I made that for Tinfoil and Tokens a few months back. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and it was just on here. It was uploaded in this folder when I was like going through to play the intros, and I was like, what is this one? I actually thought music was about to play, and I was surprised it was that one, but I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to let it finish out.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
You say that video could have just been anything? You could have just like played anything at that point?
Yeah. Well, I was like, why is this uploaded here? And I saw the DeLorean on the front. That's all the still images was the DeLorean. And I couldn't think of what video we made that had a DeLorean in it. So I almost just wanted to see. Yeah, it could have been anything.
Part of the magic.
Yeah. Anything could happen right now. If you actually look at right before that video played, it came back to us sitting here like this for a split second. Because I was like, anything could happen. Oh, hi, it's us. So we're doing it always live.
What if I was picking my nose or something, or like, you know? Who knows? I'm
shit.
probably drinking a glass of urine back here, and you don't even know it.
Oh
Are we
my
doing that yet? Has that
God.
started?
Thomas
Nah,
is so
nah.
excited.
Nah,
He's
nah.
She
in.
just pees and
I'm
drinks
not
it
on
right
that
there.
timeline.
I
No,
got
thank
that out
you.
of my system when I was like 5 or 6.
I never tried that.
Really? Oh,
No,
I mean,
I swear,
I used to
never.
wet the bed, but never, mm-mm, never drank it.
I was ahead of my time. What can I say?
Hey,
I was very
you know, they say
spiritual
kids
as
That
a
was
young
just a
eat
kid.
the
spiritual
weirdest
kid.
things,
Yeah.
you know, and like your body was probably like, hey, I need my urine. And, you know, you had to do what you had to do.
Honestly, I think deep down there's probably some like setting in your brain where it's like things are getting a little bit weird here. This is just one of the things that you can do for a feedback loop, like a systems check.
See,
Like,
my mom though, she like put it into me like when I was little, because I asked her about this boy who picked his nose and ate it. 'Cause that was not my thing. And she said
Ugh.
anything that comes out of your body is supposed to stay outside of your body. That's toxic and bad for you. I was like, okay, good to know. And I took that
including
to heart.
boogers.
Huh?
Including boogers.
Oh God, that's so gross. I gagged just thinking about it.
I remember I was a kid, you know, when you're
Every-
outside and like
I don't
it's
know if it's just
dripping.
a Florida thing.
Oh, I used to, that's a because I was like maybe 4, and that boy came over to our house, and he was like, he's picking his boogers and eating it. I was like, is that good? And he said, I like it. So I was like, well, I guess I'll try it. So I tried it. I was like, I don't like that. And I go,
Well,
"Do I
did you
look
try
like
one of
that?"
his?
'Cause
Did
I
you
would
have one of
like when your
yours?
nose is running and you're outside, you just go,
Salty.
okay.
But maybe his were good. You don't know.
Oh, I would never want to know. I wouldn't eat anybody else's boogers. Not even my own. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't say that. I don't know. I mean, I've had my fun, you know, and they call the thing the substance that you do sometimes, and then it drips, and it's like with your boogers, you know, when you do cocaine.
Dancing
Oh,
around
well,
it,
that's
and you can just
different.
say it.
I mean,
Coke,
I'm just
the
saying.
Coke drip? The
yeah.
Coke
Yeah, the
drip in the
Coke
back
drip.
of your throat?
Or when like a big old chunk comes out. You're like,
I
oh
almost
That's
shit.
good
tasted
money
it.
in there. There's at least $3 in that booger.
Exactly.
Gross. I really don't recall ever, not to say I don't like I don't think I
didn't.
ever did, but my mom would be
Yeah, the
like,
one time.
you were 2 years old, like I don't know. In my memory, like I would be honest with you guys, I don't think I ever ate my boogers.
You've never had a like friendly fire?
I'm telling you, I thought it was disgusting. Like snot was one thing because it was just like right there, and you just kind of.
But like you've never blown your nose and had like some friendly fire that you didn't realize, and then just got like the tiniest little.
No. Like even I did daycare for 4 years, and that was the thing that I would get sick when kids would have like their boogers on their face and stuff. I'd go.
Oh,
Talk
do you
about
see
it
the
too much makes
videos of
me
how
laugh.
like the moms, like when their kids are sick, they'll close their child's mouth and one of their
Suck it
nostrils
out.
or like I guess one of their nostrils, and they'll breathe
Ooh.
through their mouth
That
to
makes me
blow their
away, Abbie,
nose
too.
out.
Yeah.
So now tonight's goal is to get someone to vomit on live.
Ooh. Just keep talking about boogers. Like the smell. Boogers have a smell too. I remember my brother picking. Maybe that was it too. My little
That's
brother
what
would pick his
noses
nose,
smell like.
and they would smell
Sinus
like I could
infection
smell
smells
it.
too.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Welcome to Friday night. It is after midnight, so we never know where the show is gonna go. Yeah. So Abbie is really grossed out by boogers. I am too. I'm gonna tell you, in my younger days, I worked in therapy, and I worked for a lot of different therapists where I had to help them do their things: physical therapist, speech therapist, occupational therapist. And speech therapy was pretty gross, like watching people eat and having them go through this stuff. But I'm going to tell you, the respiratory therapist where they actually
Ooh.
suck all of the phlegm out of people's lungs and out of their sinuses.
Ugh.
That was, for real, like when we all had to take our like 9 weeks that we had to like sign up for this thing, I was the only person to sign up for gangrene care in wound care so I could avoid doing respiratory therapy. Like I would rather do a wound. I'd rather clean a wound than deal with anything in that.
Like mucusy.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude.
To the dentist.
I mean, I
probably
don't
do a
mind
little
that.
better too.
This is not very demure.
Let me shut up.
Everyone has boogers though, so
Yeah,
there's
I mean,
that.
I'm not gonna front. Like, I won't eat my boogers, but I like a clean nose, and I'll fucking pick my nose if I have to. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm the one that you'll
Well,
see driving, and I'm like going to town.
I wax
I
my
don't
nose
give a
hair, so I have to
fuck.
blow my nose a lot because it just like drips straight down.
I'm the one you'll see driving going to town.
Yeah,
I was
literally.
gonna say, like on the
Layla, it's
highway
me.
here, if
I'm
I
the
ever
nose
have
picker.
to,
I know it.
if I ever have to use I-4 in Florida, guaranteed, if it's like more than 15-minute trip, I'm gonna see one dude like in traffic pulling one of these things. Like the pinky
I
goes in the
know.
mouth only means one thing.
So many people are like picking their nose and eating it. It's so gross.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
in the
no, I
car.
don't know about that.
You know what it is too? It's like they get old enough and they were the kid in school that like kept getting yelled at by the teacher, like Jimmy,
Yeah.
stop picking, and then
When
like
they were like
now they don't have
14,
anyone to yell at them, so they can just go to town on the road.
dude,
Mhm.
my little sister. I'm sorry, I'm calling her out, but shit, I'm not sorry. She would sit
Hurry
there
up,
and
do
do
it
it like
quick while
this.
the
She would
audience
just
is
like
still
she would
small.
just as an adult, she would just do it like really fast and like while you're like making eye contact and talking to her, and I was like, "Are you really fucking doing that? Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously." Like, how can you make
Dude,
eye contact with me and like seriously go straight to your mouth? Like,
I
you
just
know what's
imagine that
nasty?
What is
there's enough
happening?
I'm gonna
people
call
that
you
would
motherfuckers
be
out.
doing it.
what?
Motherfuckers who go to fucking hotel rooms or Airbnbs and they're picking their nose at night and they're leaving their fucking tracks on the fucking bed or the fucking wall. And it's like,
Oh,
you know how many?
gross. Yes.
It's fucking gross. I found a few, and it's like, get a fucking
At the
tissue.
Airbnb
Okay,
we
don't
all
be
stayed
late.
at our first meetup. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. Talked about it. I remember.
I
On
missed a
notice.
part.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Airbnbs? We don't have to talk about snot anymore. We can move on from that part. How else was your week, Abbie? You were out of town. A lot of the audience missed you last week. Were you doing something fun?
I was
Were
at
you driving in traffic, just picking your
Oh.
nose?
I did a lot of driving. I had to go to Dallas for a wedding.
Nice.
It was fun.
Do you dance at a wedding?
I do.
Not this wedding. Like we didn't stay that long. I mean, stayed long enough and then kind of went and did our own thing. So
Oh, okay.
had some cocktails. Yeah.
So it was like just free drinks. Wish the
Absolutely.
couple well, and then you're off to your
Went and got
own little
food.
vacay.
Yeah. Barbecue and all that because we're in Texas. So
Well, the audience missed you.
Tejas.
How did you handle Charlie Kirk? I know that was like,
well, I really wasn't triggered by it. I just I decided I wasn't gonna let it loosh me because I was like, okay, I don't even know what the hell this agenda is and what the fuck's going on here. But I happen to be with a black man, and so I heard a lot on that front because the black community really feels like he was racist, and I see why. I definitely do. But yeah, it's rough to sit there and listen to somebody who has an emotional reaction when you're just trying to not be polarized. So
I don't know how people see him as a racist. He hasn't said anything racist in my book. All he read was statistics and, what's on paper. I
but
mean,
then he
I
gives you
haven't
like
really
skewed
heard.
statistics though. Still sit there and say like 50% of all men in prison for violent crimes are black men. And it's like, no, it's the 38% and 50 something percent is white people. So you can't skew
Really?
statistics when you're like, yes. So it's kind of, there's a lot of it that's bullshit. And then he did do like sit there and say that he felt like the Civil Rights Act should have never happened. And then I did see a video where he said he explained it to somebody else, but there's a black like a black teenage girl sitting there going, you really think that the Civil Rights Act shouldn't have happened? And he goes, yeah. She goes, well, then I wouldn't even be here. And he goes, and it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, seriously, that's fuck you. But then later he's explaining it to somebody else that he feels the Civil Rights Act shouldn't have happened because it is so inclusive that it's like anything you identify as, that it should have just been race and gender. It shouldn't have been like, I identify as a female or a them, they, or whatever. So, but when you're sitting there, like, literally like jogging your audience like of black people and making them feel less than human almost by what you're saying to them, and then you sit there and say the Civil Rights Act shouldn't happen, and you're not, to a child too, you're going to make them feel like shit. And it is, to me, I'm sorry, if people are going to school and everything, getting their college paid for, or getting into these like Ivy League colleges and stuff because of affirmative action, they still have to pass the classes and stuff. So I'm not going to look at and do their internships and their however many hours. So I'm not going to look at a black pilot and say, oh my God, I don't want to fly on that plane. Like, because of affirmative action. That is racist. I'm sorry. Like, he had to do his fucking time too. Like,
but that time jobs are different than education jobs. And our whole country has slipped because of affirmative action. And I am a person that's kind of against affirmative action. And if you actually look at the graduating class of 2028 in Ivy League, it's like 50% Asian. So the thing that's the wild part to me is like,
I would never want an Asian pilot.
Why white and black? Well, I don't even see that as see that totally different than the college thing at all. That's like saying a black versus Asian welder. Like, trades are so different than the college system altogether that you getting your hours to do whatever you have to become is totally different than you getting this snake hand up treatment in an education. And now if you have your degree from Stanford, that's different than if I have my degree from University of Orlando Tech. And so those things with it, affirmative action, it was done on purpose to keep a whole bunch of people that you did have to get less standards to get things. Finishing hours, time like that's totally different. Somebody that puts in 100 or 10,000 or whatever hours, they're still putting in their hours. But our education system was not that. And right now, where the same as if people are allowed to get gay married, pedophiles are going to want to marry kittens. That really is a thing. Like, when they told us that 20 years ago, the people that were just wanting to get gay married were like, how does this snowball become that snowball? Where the people that were screaming about affirmative action that just seemed like an angry white man 20 years ago, now the graduating class of 2028 is like mostly Asian. But why black people and white people were down here fighting about it, it really didn't concern either of them about the infiltration. Yeah. So that's what I think happens a lot, is we just take the bait of like black versus white, black versus white, black versus white. And we're such like, even American racism, the way the rest of the world looks at it is so different. Like we're
that's
polarized.
Really what happened. The Charlie Kirk thing, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I mean, I saw it firsthand. It became a black versus white thing. And it's like, it wasn't even a black man who shot him. But like, so.
I really didn't even know black people knew who he was. I didn't even know black people ever heard about this. I didn't know black people were in Utah.
I was getting the video, video sent to me before he ever died. And like the stuff he would say that sounded like overtly racist, so I was getting him sent.
I never really watched this shit, honestly.
I didn't know Charlie
I knew
Kirk
exactly who he was when he died, just because I
knew black people.
I
didn't know black people knew Charlie Kirk. Like this is all surprising to me.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I believe you. Like I have no idea. Like I feel like so many people,
all these white people are coming out going, oh, a man like the national hero died today. All these black people are offended because they're just like, seriously? Like, he's a fucking racist. He hates black people. He talks down on black people constantly. And you guys are calling him a fucking national hero. Like, do you have no compassion? But I don't. White people, we don't fucking hear racism the same. Like stuff that, like, to us it just sounds like they're just talking, and it might be a little harsh, but it's the truth. Like, we haven't had to live with this fear of, like, I'm going to the grocery store, white people might fucking treat me different. If I see a cop, they're probably always gonna fucking pull me over and fucking treat me different. Like, they have to have that little bit of fear in them, and we don't have it, so they listen to things different. They hear things that we don't hear, and so it's like it's a challenge
Just to be a
almost as a
devil's
white person
advocate,
just to
do you think
listen
it's
to it.
like the violence on violence? Like they live in a violent part, themselves. The most violent, most dangerous thing for them themselves is them. The same way it's like a whole bunch of women talking about the most violent thing is men themselves. So men need to do it. No offense to the black community, but they're destroying each other. Not me, not my ancestors who had a house Negro once. So it's just like, I feel like there's this part of the rhetoric that we're forced to live under with these same bad statistics over and over again, where I'm like, but are we allowed to talk about Chirac or nah? Are we allowed to talk about it or nah? Yes, there's all these things that are very true. Like the whole entire fraternal order of police, and to us act like it's not a corrupt organization from the inside out is wild, regardless of your politics. But to us to act like there's also not a problem of black men destroying black men, and us not to be allowed to say that, that's also wild.
And that's honestly, that is a lot of Charlie Kirk's message. If you listen to it, is that, like, anyone can choose to be better and everyone has opportunity. And so, I mean, I could hear that when I listen to him speak too, but I could also see where they're coming from, because it's like, it's a little bit of both.
The only thing that matters to me when people talk about black versus white is who wins. Like, no, seriously, between black and white, who's actually going to win at some point?
So you need to know when to jump in.
Yeah, well, I just want to know where to put the bets. Like, where do we put the money on this thing?
You remember that saying when we were in school? A fight, a black and a white.
I don't remember this.
You need to know when to jump in. No, but for real, it is all that, like that part of the play. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I just watched this video. This girl was talking, and she was saying the issue with white people is that we have all lost ties to our ancestry by claiming white, because, you know, we're not just white. Like, you're Irish.
I don't claim white.
Albanian.
I claim Albanian, bro.
I know, but I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
in
Layla.
America,
She's
like,
like,
we
no,
lose our
Irish.
ancestry, we lose our traditions of our countries and stuff like that, and then we're all just this melting pot of white. And so it's like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting.
I mean, if we're going to go here, the great vanishing of anything on this planet is white. Like, we're the minority of the planet. So the only reason the evil they have us, it doesn't matter if you're Irish or German or Nordic or whatever your thing, you have to check the white box. They don't want us to see how few of us there are left. And that during the Industrial Revolution, we were like 38% of this bitch. Now we're like 17%. So that's the real shh. Let's not tell the whiteys we're taking over their countries and then they're not breeding anymore because they're the only ones getting vaccinated. So I just think...
Well, isn't also like blood mixing not part of the plan, or shouldn't be part of the plan? Because hear me out, okay? Isn't there something to the blood magic and matching blood and fertility and DNA and all of that, and how humans come out sometimes a little like messed up or whatever, and it has to do with blood? And I know a lot of countries overseas do blood testing and DNA testing before they even get married or have intercourse. So isn't there something to that, why certain peoples or tribal peoples or whatever nations decide to go that route? Is there something to that we're missing, and why there's an agenda to, like, you know, have everyone mixed bloods mixed, DNA mixed, like all of that mixed, don't you think there's something to that? Maybe there is supposed to be, like, according to the Hopi prophecy, like the different tribes, which are different colors, meaning like the different blood types. Isn't there something to that? Was it racist back then to be part of one
Like
tribe?
the royals,
Yeah,
like
you
just
know?
keeping their bloodlines together.
Well, this
Yeah.
is like the old school way, like the matriarchal age. That was a problem, is that when you stayed inside of like your own tribe for a little too long, inevitably you're going to get some sort of like inbreeding happening. So then this is like that whole golden bough archetype, like the original reason behind all these different gods and mythologies, and it was essentially that an outsider would come into the country and they would like win a whole bunch of different contests. Robin Hood's my favorite example, where Robin Hood comes from a foreign land and then he has to dress up in, covert, and he wins a whole bunch of archery competitions, which is like his proof of merit. And then he gets close enough to the king that he gets the hand of the Maid Marian. And then if you like were to extrapolate that, eventually he's going to become king. And what Robin Hood represents is an outside strand of DNA that's now being like introduced into this town that didn't have it before. And you need to have a Robin Hood every once in a while to prevent that tribe or that town from like starting to get a little bit inbred.
And
it's
also
weird 'cause
bringing
even-
in, oh, go on, Abbie.
I was just gonna say, like the Cherokee tribe, so even going back like a couple hundred years, they had different factions within their tribes. So like if you were from the horse house, then like you couldn't breed within your house or the two surrounding like when they would be in a
That's
circle,
us too.
like whatever the other animals were, it's like you couldn't breed with them because they're probably your cousins, and you can't breed with them because they're your cousins, so you have to breed with like a different faction.
You start looking like a horse, you probably have gone too far on the inbreeding
Yeah.
scale.
Do you think the Fallen thought one race was hotter than the other? Like, do you think the daughters of man, if they were like, dang, give me that big booty Latina.
We need to keep our Nephilim blood pure. Don't mix in with those mudbloods down there.
Yeah, like, but the ones that
Tall,
were going
dark,
to
and
sleep with the
handsome.
daughters of man, they were like, they were coming down and they were like, were they looking at like Brazilian women? Like,
do you think that's the original story?
Or like Venus? The Venus.
Yeah,
freaking
or
with
was
big
it
old
like the
saggy
milky
tits and-
skin, or was it like you're saying, like
belly?
was it Nephrodite's like chocolate skin that sold him over, or was it like emerald eyes of an Irish girl? Like, what was it about the American? Like, what was it about an Earthling chick that the Fallen were like,
pussy tight? What you talking about? What the fuck's wrong with me tonight? Jesus.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Dreads. It's okay.
That was awesome. I wasn't expecting all that with the Charlie Kirk thing, but you've actually had like an emotional thing and like your own probably conversation that have so many different aspects to it than just Charlie Kirk in your real life.
The other weird thing too about the Charlie Kirk is that all of a sudden everyone cares what the FBI and the ATF have to say. And that's another good point too. Whenever those FBI statistics come up and those like debate, change my mind, or here I've got these, like, we never really cite FBI statistics as being useful or valid in any other context unless it comes to like proving very specific points. And then it's like these guys that we know lie constantly. Here's something that they're not lying about.
A girl a grip.
Yeah, right. Valid point.
The chat gets off the rails and Layla with the pussy tight. Like, that's why you guys are here. It's like, really, there is some other, you probably could just find Thomas alone on any topic talking about it like deep or whatever. You're here to get comments like pussy tight and Abbie dry heave at boogers.
It's a wide gamut we do here.
Yeah, like it's really there isn't any
your
topic we won't
entertainment.
talk about. We don't have to keep it. We keep it esoteric. with Layla, pussy tight. That's gonna be a new Secret Society of Good Guys hat. I wish I
I'm gonna
had
clip
this
that.
hat
Someone
in
pin
bubblegum
that.
pink writing, pussy tight.
We pussy tight.
Maybe we'll have to put that into it, like whatever the yacht club version is of the Real Housewives. There'll be a pussy tight.
Yeah, I like that.
That's horrific when you
pussy
think
tight.
about it.
What?
That's
Pussy tight?
painful. Yeah, the Nephilim screwing like human women. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you
Big
could birth
giant
like a whole
monkey
fucking
dicks.
human, but
Yeah.
still, like tears
Unless
and
it was
shit.
the other way around. And it was a bunch of hoes coming down looking at Earth men like, God dang, look at him. What a big drink of water. What a little drink of water.
I think there could also be like a Gulliver's Travels version of this too, where like one comes down and like the whole village runs up and like has their way with different parts of it.
A Gulliver's
So
Travel.
totally Sodom and Gomorrah.
Well,
I
even
mean,
the
the
belly of a
name,
whale, it's kind of
sodomized.
similar. If it was a woman, if it was a giant woman, then even the tale of Jonah and the whale is kind of a whole different story. You're like, oh, he spent 3
Are there
days.
versions of that where it's a
In the
woman?
fish.
I've never heard it except we all theorize about
the
it.
daughters of man.
But it's a fish. It's like a big fish, but it's not a fish. A whale. It's a
Like
mammal,
tuna.
but it's not. It's the Leviathan. So it's kind of like maybe it's just a big pussy tight.
So I mean that Moby Dick was actually a vagina the whole time.
A big white whale.
Sperm whale, baby.
The original
Sperm whale.
trans whale.
Mm-hmm. The original trans whale. Hey, Moby Dick.
So after or during all of this, wasn't or is Project Nimbus passed? Didn't they just pass something, Netanyahu, like a whole big deal with Google and who is it, Plantier, I think it is
Palantir?
called. Palantir, yeah. And this project is called Project Nimbus. You guys can just ask your phones what it's about and you'll be kind of blown away at what's going on. And it's ironic too that the next day on TikTok they updated their guidelines and all of that. So a lot of people were getting banned talking about Charlie Kirk or Israel or whatever the case may be. And they just, tighten things up. Pussy tight.
I was thinking it too. I was thinking it too.
And yeah.
Is this it, Layla?
Well,
New COVID
no.
variant?
Wow, that's
Nimbus
Nimbus,
now
but
dominant
there's
in the US?
Project
No, this is another-
Nimbus.
This is the other Project Nimbus.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is another Project Nimbus. This Project
Lovely.
Nimbus is, I'll tell you right now what it is because I don't remember.
Have your
It's in the
AI
buttons
tell us.
on-
Have your woke AI tell us.
Oh my God. I fucking hate them. They did something to this fucking AI. Hey, can
They
you tell
did
me
it,
about Project Nimbus?
Hey there. Sounds like you might be pondering something. Feel free to let me know what's on your mind or what you need, and
Yeah.
we can dive right in.
Can you tell me about Project Nimbus, please?
Sure. Project Nimbus is basically a big cloud computing contract that involves Google and Amazon working with the Israeli government. It's worth around $1.2 billion and is aimed at providing AI and cloud services to various Israeli governmental entities, including the military. It's a bit
That's
controversial
all.
to
Continue.
assistance. Absolutely. You got it. So to wrap up that thought, the controversy around Project Nimbus is really about how these advanced cloud and AI tools might be used by the Israeli government, and that's why it's raised ethical questions and debates. Let me know if there's anything more specific you want to dig into.
Can you ask them if Project Nimbus is pussy tight?
Is Project Nimbus pussy tight?
Well, that's certainly a colorful way to phrase it. My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
Aw,
His
did
politeness
Israel tighten your pussy up too? Okay.
Let's keep things respectful and on check. to help with any info you need.
Wow,
the
you're a
woke- the
Zionist. Get
wokeness
out of my
comes out.
face. Get out of my
Shame,
face.
shame, shame.
He gets so
Fucking
woke so
Zionist
quickly.
on my phone, bro.
We need like a little drop where it's like time for Layla's woke AI. And like we just ask it random questions about the world. We're like, what is so I was thinking Nimbus makes me automatically think of a cloud.
Yeah.
Because even though they've
Cumulonimbus.
added so much to the cloud index, I grew up and there was only a couple kinds of clouds and Nimbus was always one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So a
Kame
cloud
Kalea.
seeding software with Israel.
Yeah, they signed a government contract, and it's just gonna get lovely. $1.8 billion. Dude, this is so weird. What is happening? Like, what is happening?
Well, did you
This
see like the most government
save Israel for
officials
last?
on both sides of the spectrum, left and right, were all in Israel this week?
Oh yeah, like 50 politicians.
Yeah,
Go into
most
what you know
ever
about it, and I'll pull it
Americans.
up.
Yeah.
I
They
feel
all
like it's
kissed the
being
wall.
used as like a sandbox. Like for this Project Nimbus, Israel's a much smaller version that they can kind of impose, kind of like Australia gets all of the sort of like authoritarian measures first, and then it spreads out from there. Israel's an even smaller, more contained version of that. So if Google or Amazon want to come out with government 2.0, they can test it out in Israel, especially now that they got this permission, because like working within the ecosystem of just Israel, they've got way more leeway. Like they can try new and incredible things that you couldn't do here because we've got too many watchdog agencies that would at least make it public, but they don't really have the exact same counterpart in Israel. So it's like the perfect sandbox to run the new, latest, greatest surveillance tech, essentially.
So is that why the CIA, essentially poisoned that whole French town? It done in France with a.
I think it was
What,
because they were like
LSD?
rurals. They
Yeah.
were seen as rural hicks, and it was just something that they could do in that particular town because no one would care about it.
So they didn't want to choose. They didn't choose Kentucky. They were like, let's just do it in France.
Yeah, well, technically at that time, the CIA was supposed to be operating internationally and not domestically, and that was one of the things. Although I think in the town that was part of it was, I think, Derby Hat, or one of there was like another subset of MK Ultra that specifically applied to Europe. It was the exact same things just happening overseas.
Thomas, if people want to learn more about this, where would you point them?
ParanoidAmerican.com.
What is it called? That's an operation too, where they put acid in all the water system. And it did-
That one I think was
What?
big. Operation Big City was one of those where they were planning on dosing like the entire town.
Do you guys
Dude.
want to hear my AI tell us about it?
Yeah.
I had
I want to.
an epiphany just now.
Yeah, tell me. I'll ask in a minute. We'll go on.
If you guys just research what human body communication is, it is you, the wire, not just the W band, the W band, the whatever. This ties to that. You think pagers are a problem? You think pagers are a problem? We are the fucking pagers. They could just tick, 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 tick. Okay, Layla, all right. I want her to have schizophrenia. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to program it. Boom, done. Or I want her liver to fuck up. Or I want that. They can do anything they want to us. Now that they have this government bill, I think this is all tied together. Pagers? We're the pagers, guys. You see the MK Ultra happening with these fucking shooters. That's all I'm saying.
How do pagers play into this? What
Like,
about pagers?
you know, like how the pagers went off and
Exploding
started
pagers.
exploding.
Oh, okay.
Like internal
Yeah, so-
combustion.
Yeah, and just the push of a
Like
button.
the
those
kill
pagers
switch is
went
in
off.
you. You don't
Yeah.
need a pager.
This was episode of Silicon Valley a while ago. Mike Judge, the Beavis and Butthead guy in Idiocracy, in one of the episodes of Silicon Valley, they figure out a kind of like a virus that installs itself to everyone's phone so that they can collectively use all the phones in the audience as like a cloud CPU to do some kind of calculations. But the problem is that they like overheated and it wasn't adjusted for how the phones had to operate. So phone just started exploding in people's pockets. So this is like a legit thing that can absolutely happen. You just override someone's CPU and just make it run and not care about its voltage rate and not care that it's overheating and just keep running it. And there's certain phones and pagers out there that could easily blow up. And this is just oops, like that was a flaw in the design. If you actually design something to explode, like now you can actually make something happen on like a very massive scale.
Well, have you seen even on the cell phone thing where you take like a Sharpie and you like color on your camera and then you turn on your flashlight? Have you seen, like, you can literally tase somebody with it? It hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt.
Wait, what? You can
Sometimes when
put
you
a
have your
Sharpie
phone
on
on
your
your leg.
camera and tase
Like,
someone?
Sharpie and you color over your cameras and then you turn on your flashlight and it just sits there and it'll zap the shit out of you. It freaking hurts.
I've never heard this before. No.
Well, you have a constant purple light that flashes every like 5 seconds. I've seen it. I could actually post it later.
Yeah, 'cause
but
that's why
I
the face-
recorded it. Yeah, it's like face recognition and it's like taking pictures every 5 seconds of you for some reason.
I know, you're
Have
like,
you-
you know how many times it's got probably every one of us picking our nose and shit?
Oh my god.
Have you guys
Even
seen
naked
the
in the
videos
fucking
where
bathroom?
Yeah, naked. Yep.
like the little LiDAR detector on certain cars, if you try and record it with your phone, it'll mess up your image sensor. Like it'll permanently damage your phone if you try and record it. And like certain cars have it at the top of the windshield, some are like down, but it's the thing that projects to see how far away you are from the car in front of you. And I guess it operates on this particular type of LiDAR. And I was just wondering if you could take one of those LiDAR and just like project it kind of upwards at like the traffic cameras. So as you're going by, like every time someone drives by, it like beams it and it takes out another pixel or two. You haven't seen these. I never knew that you can permanently destroy your camera just from taking a picture of a car.
Huh. That's so interesting. That's so if that's true, then how many of these events, like a Charlie Kirk shooting, could they use something like the same technology where people don't get the footage that they should? Like where just a live event that we'd all be at, like a January 6th or a 9/11, if there was some technology like this on the building itself, could it be a different color that we might not see with our eyeballs, but the computer sees? Like how many levels of this already are in existence if it's just essentially an invisible barcode and your computer's flashing all the time and we don't know it's doing that. So we have these phones. Because sometimes I felt like, for real, and I told it to anyone who would listen that day, like I always think about January 6th and how I couldn't get anything out. And then the only place that I could get certain things on were IG, and how immediately afterward IG deleted my whole account and I could never get it back. And that was the only place that had some of the stuff, but everybody I knew that was there had this happen. So it was like this collective easy like rap. Like for computer people, some of the stuff I thought that was so outlandish is actually just a couple little tippy taps and it's not that hard to do at all.
But
Like,
dude,
so-
that flashing light it's not only just on your phone, it's on every fucking device that exists around you. Like if you record any of your lights in the house, whether it's your oven light, your TV light, whatever, your lights in your bathroom, record it on slow motion. Obviously, you're gonna have to like wave your hand to capture like something moving. But once you play it back and you see the type of flickering you're constantly faced, it's like they're doing something to us. I don't know, with light magic or something, but it's just like constant flickering everywhere, flashes of light
This is
everywhere.
how the new of like LED efficient lights work. Because old school lights, the incandescent lights, if you were to have it on like a dimmer, right? When you turn it to the right, it gets really bright. It's literally getting that much brighter. And then when you turn it down, it actually, and then you can see it goes from like a white to a yellow to an orange, depending on what you've got it at. With all the new LED lighting, all works exactly the same. It's got a chip that regulates, and instead of you actually turning it down 50%, it just flickers so that it's only on 50% of the time. And then if you dim it to 30%, then it flickers so it's only on 30% of the time. It doesn't actually get brighter or dimmer. It's that the way that we work, it kind of uses a trick on our perception where like we perceive it to be dimmer, but it's just flickering in either a faster or a slower rate.
Or slower, yeah.
And Obama
that's
made it so we
fucking-
had to have all that. Like that was a forced thing that we were going to all have to get rid of the filament Edison bulbs. And then
Those
that
lights
was one
cause
of the first
anxiety.
thing in like 2016 that Trump came back right away and was like, I'm signing this presidential bill. And people were like, who cares? Like out of everything else we were going through, honestly, in 2016, it seemed like the light bulb bill, like screw Obama and his light bulbs, dumb light bulbs. But now when you think about it, like how sick that could make us if every single light bulb in your house and every single thing is flickering at you. And then if they could just send who knows what code to it to be like, I'm going to turn the flow a little up or a little down, like Thomas is saying. So we're under the illusion the light's getting turned down, but it's bright as fuck in our house. Other people walk in from outside and they're like, dang girl, what are you doing in here?
They actually found that it does fuck you up. It's like micro seizures that you're having. It causes anxiety, depression, and what people are actually doing, any of those lights, even the fucking time clocks, they're not looking at them. They're actually taping, and whenever they need to look at the clock, they're unplugging shit even. Like they're not turning on their light bulbs, they're buying candles. And I think this is a smart route to go because this is not healthy. Like people are even asking the question, like, why is the metals in my bathroom even seem like they're deteriorating? Like something's not right with these lights.
That's
like at all.
I just got a brand new office.
LED lights. Guess what, bitch? You're on notice.
You're on fucking notice.
But I got a brand new office at work. You know, we built a whole new building and it's big and it's nice and everything, but it doesn't have a freaking window. So, and in my old office, I had a window. I never had the overhead lights on because I can't stand them. And like, ooh, it's horrible. I hate it.
Well, that's the fluorescent. And that's when you were talking about the Obama Trump light bulb war or whatever, that's another thing that gets left out because before we had LED lights that were at least able to be mass manufactured, that people could afford them, there were those little compact fluorescent light bulbs that looked like little spirals. And those were getting pushed for a good like 10 years. And then they find out like, those are actually really, really bad for you. In fact, they can damage your retina. They can like help separate your retina from the rest of your eye.
And you can't even throw them away in the trash.
And you can't even throw them away, right? But
yeah.
These are the same people that are like, they think they know what type of light bulb is better for you. And literally the one that they back is poisonous and destroys your eyesight.
Yeah.
Love this world. I love it so much. It's so much fun.
Like how many of our ancestors got to just work with incandescent lights and like you were saying, just flame, right? Just like sort of like kerosene light. No one ever had a problem, and then someone came along and was like, let's make these little fluorescent things, and then it just destroys eyesight and destroys all sorts of things within 2 generations.
We do it to ourselves, y'all. We do
or
it to
even
ourselves.
wonder how, when you go camping or you're out in the middle of the woods for 2 days, how at nighttime, how it's pitch black and your eyes start getting really great at seeing in the dark.
Yeah.
And you're in a city, you're just flooded with so much light. You could lay on the roof of the tallest building and you just can't see the fucking stars. It's like there's like so much light pollution. I just imagine sometimes how good we were supposed to see in the dark. And all of the light that isn't fire is all not supposed to be there. All of it, like hot metal just heating up between hot metal. That's all like this little filament just heating up, turning off, heating up, which is just some sort of fire, essentially.
Maybe we could see more of the light spectrum if we didn't have all these false fucking lights around us. Maybe we could see more of the unseeable that we can't see now. Like, for instance, when you're tripping on shrooms and you just see like a different level of things that we can't explain. So
Like
maybe you're right, Chaney. If you could see better in the dark, what makes you think that maybe we could see better even in the daytime and see like another layer of
Or like in cave systems, don't you think creatures were able to walk into cave systems and see in the dark? Or look at how in the bottom of the ocean, you go all the way down and then there's creatures that they all exist different. We're all these humans. We have, like, if you put on different polarized lenses, you can see to the bottom of a lake, but you have to have a different color polarized lens to see to the bottom of the ocean. And you have to have a different color polarized lens to look up into the sky. And so I think sometimes maybe our eyeballs, some people don't need sunglasses the same. But we are all in this 9 to 5. I was just talking to somebody about this today. We're all fakely in this 9 to 5 to fit this factory life. We're like easier to control that way. But I really think a lot more of us were supposed to be up at night. I think it was just, I don't think every human was like, okay, and now we all fall asleep, and now we all wake up, and now we all fall asleep, and now we all wake up.
I believe that because I get more energy at night. Like I have urges to clean at night. I have more energy to do things at night, more creative at night. I don't know why that is. You know,
More
you light
fun
a
at
candle.
night.
Yeah. Yeah, girl.
Pussy tight. See, if we did, like, I'm gonna, if all goes well, we're gonna just have it in a way that I'm gonna be like, Thomas, I'm gonna send you over. We're gonna get that merch made. Pussy Tight merch will be coming out tomorrow on the website, you guys. I picture either bubble gum, like bubble writing, like those twisty dogs, and it says Pussy Tight, or I picture Barbie font. But it's pink. It's like that, and it's like on like a white hat, flat brim. It's total like gamer girl.
And then we could sell pocket pussies too.
Pussy Tight hats. Like, because they had the pussy hats for a while.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine if
Oh
we
my
had
God,
a million?
yeah, let's
This should be what we try for. We have a 1,000,000 woman march with Pussy Tight hats.
So you could infiltrate. You could infiltrate that whole demographic of people that are still wearing them and like slipping into that crowd and not realizing.
This is
Work
so
that
funny.
pelvic floor, ladies.
Well, before we get too much on a tangent, I wanted to bring up because you were talking about like living in caves and in darkness and like changing whether or not you're.
Before you guys
awake
go off
during
on
the
that
day.
Pussy Tight tangent, can we please go back to the ladies? Can I
There's
reel you back into the cave scene for a minute?
There was a French guy in the 60s. I had to look his name up. It was Michel Siffre. And he did this experiment. He went and lived in a cave in Texas for like 180 days. And he did this a bunch of different places. And when he did that, his body, his personal circadian rhythm naturally changed so that he would be awake for 36 hours and then he would sleep for 12 hours. And because he didn't have a clock and he didn't have the passage of daylight, he didn't realize like how long a day actually was. He just stayed awake as long as it felt natural. And then when it felt like he was tired, he'd go to sleep. And eventually that's how it worked out, that his days became 48-hour days, 36 hours awake, 12 hours asleep.
Jeez.
I think I like that. I think it's like, because you do get into, for people that have experienced insomnia, there is a manic creative time that you slide into. I'm not like just a type B personality or a type A. I slide in between the two. And so it really just helps me float the this is like, it really just helps me float like the artistic side of my brain. The whole thing, that the funniest part about Pussy Tight real quick is no one would know that it came up because we were talking about the film. Like, that's the whole.
Did you ever do that thing with your friends where you go like this? One goes like this and one puts their hand like that.
I always thought it was so dirty, but I didn't know if I was just a lesbian. That I'm like, oh
was
my
so
gosh,
dirty.
I just saw my homegirl's puss. Hey girl, come here.
You know, we
Wanna
did go back to the cave thing. Didn't we read in The Underground Marvelous Adventures of Baron Trump when he slid through the pipes. But anyway, when he slid down the pipes and he went into
Lubed
these
up and slid through
caverns.
the pipes.
Yeah, didn't they talk about like the different beings who could see differently? Like, I guess they were like in a silver city, and because of not having
Yeah.
natural sunlight or light, they adapted to the darkness, and then they could see a different way, almost like in like a sonar kind of thing, or like there's a way that they described how they were seeing things. They were blind,
Almost like
but-
bats.
Yeah, it's
Like
strange.
clicked or something. Like they,
Yeah.
they're like some of them had bigger eye. Like each one of the senses,
And
if
to
for people that
communicate with
haven't
their
run,
minds too, no?
yeah, like the Marvelous Underground Adventures of Baron Trump. Each one of the senses of the levels becomes hyper. Sense, like, and then it made me think in a way, are humans an example? Like, let's say there were levels like that where one had the best ears and one had the best eyes and one had the best sense of smell and one had the biggest brain and one had the best sense of taste or whatever. One had this different kind of skin, a different sense of feel. Are humans like an amalgamation of all that? Like just like a mix of it?
Well,
I don't know.
Deep in some of these caves that I've been through, they find all of the like crickets are white and blind, and like mice and stuff, they're all blind too, and they're all white because they don't need that sense. They don't need to see.
It's like a waste of a sense.
Yeah.
Well, there is a blind individual. I think they did a story on him, and he was blind, but the way that he could see, and they showed like a description of how it would look like, everything would be pitch black, but he could see almost like electric around the thing, like a light electric bolt almost. It just looked like
Yeah.
light frequency of electricity. That's what it looked like, but around objects. So it's like
Do you think the cave looked like this?
pussy tight.
That is a tight pussy.
That's the actual picture of a Nephilim right there.
That's a Nephilim pussy.
Or
Pussy.
I forgot
Sorry
the
to
word.
interrupt.
But what was it? Wait, what were we
It's
just saying?
1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like just to remind everyone, if you happen
That's
to
an
catch
hour
this
in already. Look at that.
somewhere
That's
in
quick.
2026 and it's 2:00 on a Tuesday at PM and you're like, what in the world is wrong with these people? Secret Society of Good Guys is always brought to you at midnight on Friday. So sometimes
We're a little kooky.
we're a little kooky, but I love it. It's why everybody's here. So do make sure you give us little hearts if you're watching us on your iPhone on YouTube right now. It's good for Al Gore's rhythm.
Can I ask you
Mhm.
guys, has anyone looked through the Epstein birthday book yet?
No,
No,
but I've seen
tell me.
clips on it and some weird
I've got a link to
magical
the
shit.
full thing. I got the full thing and it's censored. If you want to like show any of it, it should be safe.
Let's
'Cause
do
someone,
it.
whoever in the FBI scanned it was very meticulous in making sure they blacked almost everything
Thank
out.
you. You
Well,
know
didn't
we're
they have some like
we're all
magical
three-letter.
sigils and like
I did that.
shit like that in it?
Well, I got a link to it, so we can actually look through it if you want.
Let's see.
I don't remember
Nice.
magic sigils. There's definitely an interesting, but basically it was when he turned 50. I think Ghislaine, she went to all the different people that he knew, ex-girlfriends, politicians, just celebrities, and got everyone to either take a picture to put into this book or to write a personal letter to Epstein. So some people like wrote a few different pages or entire sections. It's actually really fascinating because some of it gets into the genetic research that he was doing and some of like what they call biomechanical math. It's a huge array. Yeah, so a lot of it is just handwritten notes, but if you keep scrolling, you'll start to see all sorts of photos and drawings and magazine clippings of when he was a kid and like the crazy trouble that they would get in. They've got all the clippings of every time Jeffrey made the paper as like a child.
What?
Yeah, then it's so like here's his actual diploma from the Cub Scouts. That's Jeffrey Epstein as a kid.
Oh
He's got a
my
letter
god,
here from his dad talking to his dad about like
is this
Jeffrey,
even
you're always
real?
Can you light a fire, Weeblo? Who said that, Chaney?
it looks legit. It looks legitimately like it was something put together by Ghislaine.
I'm gonna go through all of them. Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
I mean, wouldn't it be easy for them to create something like this if her father is like the one who owns all the textbooks industry and like
Yeah,
the prints?
100%. I mean, me and you could do this in a weekend, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seems legit. I
Yeah.
mean,
Ooh,
at least
never
the
mind. Shut the fuck
pictures
up,
and the
Layla.
content inside of it seem legit.
Yeah.
And this is
Never
showing
mind.
his,
I
like,
take back what I
humble
said.
roots. This was Epstein before he got rich, living out of a van, moving across country.
Is this the one where the birthday card from Trump supposedly is too?
I don't get all the references here. I mean, obviously some of these are like really insider references. Something about a train. I don't know.
Oh, that time we pulled a train on all those
Yeah.
underage
I mean, they
girls.
started with trains and then eventually,
That looks like
upgraded to
Elon
like
Musk.
boats
That pussy wasn't that
and
tight.
Doesn't that look
submarines.
like
His
Elon
daughter.
Musk?
No, it
I
looks
don't
like
know.
that one.
What does that say? A lot of
Ryan.
this is hard to read too because it's in
Look
like
closely and
doctor's
you can
prescription.
see the blank you have been looking for. Look closely and you can see the line, the live. I don't know. That kind of looks like Elon to me.
It looks like the actor from This Is Us. What's his name?
I don't know.
Justin Hartley.
And this is like his family. So all of his ancestors, all of his like uncles and grandparents are in here. It's
That guy has his
remarkable
nuts out.
that not more people have talked about the actual content of this. You'll see a lot online is the hand drawings, which are creepy, and the letter from Trump, which are in like the back of this. There he is with his parents, I think. Yeah, this is the letter from his dad talking about when he was born, and I mean, it's like easy to forget that he did have like he was a child at one point. But what you'll see is you keep scrolling through here, all the freaking newspaper articles. He was in like a gang of, I guess, like affluent troublemakers, and they made the paper like 12 times on just crazy things they were doing around town. I think they call them like the Sea Bay Boys or something.
Oof, that baby looks so adorable. Look at Jeffrey. You know how they show him and he has that weird lizard smile?
Mm-hmm.
He even had it when he was a baby.
He played the accordion. Interesting.
Yeah, the Seagate. Yeah, so every one of these articles, I believe, has something to do with Jeffrey Epstein, and a lot of the early ones they don't mention names because they're talking about juveniles. This first one, apparently, I didn't know this, that he was essentially like a concert pianist, and that he was like a child prodigy when it came to playing piano. So there's a whole bunch of articles about him in the paper about him being this like child prodigy. And then slowly the articles go from him being a child prodigy into being like a hellraiser that's getting kicked out of school and breaking into places.
Accordion torture?
What's that phenomenon called when somebody
what do they mean by torture?
is like a hero or a celebrity at a young age, and then because of that and that fame kind of goes away or dies down, they end up becoming delinquents?
CIA? When they
pretty much.
The accordion tortures, because if I remember this article, it was about that Jeffrey would force his mom to like play some music, and then he was basically learning it by ear. So after she played it enough, then he would start to play it on his own, and that he wouldn't stop it, and they wanted him to stop it. So it was like maybe he was playing on an accordion originally. I think that was the premise of it. But you'll see eventually that there's news articles about him like performing at Carnegie, I believe. I didn't know that either.
Coney Island health officials report today that a boy survived the first 13 years of his life eating only Nathan's lobster salad and drinking Sunny Boy orange drinks. His mother continued. What?
Yeah,
like, is that
there's
just
some weird ass stories in here, and my understanding is these are all about Epstein as a kid making the paper constantly, because I think his parents probably knew people in the media.
What was he like? What is he like to be in the paper? This like
multiple times,
is he the
over and over
Antichrist?
again.
Is he the Antichrist? Is he like a chosen like from the rabbis
He's
or
dead,
something?
isn't he? Allegedly.
Sure, he's in Valhalla.
Dirt Brothers
He
arrested.
had his weapon in his hand.
Teen bitten. Yeah, there's one on here about him getting bit by somebody and then having to get rabies injections. And I can't tell if these are insider jokes or like little. It feels very like it's like Comet Pizza-y. Like if you looked at the original like James Elefantis like Twitter threads, there's an aspect of these art, specifically this teen bitten one. It feels like there's a deeper subtext that we're not getting that's meant for someone else reading this.
It's so curious. Pizza Man goes berserk.
Yeah, dude. Pizza Man go. Speaking of Elefantis.
Pizza Man Luigi Tortoni flew into a fit of rage after employer Arthur Stern, owner of a famed restaurant The Spot and the Riviera snack bar, told Luigi that he would start using fake cheese in his pizza. Tortoni exploded and held Stern at knife point until Sergeant Gino Jeans Vincenza of Seagate Police SWAT team negotiated with the mad Italian. The straight-jacketed tortellini was prompted shipped back to Italy. Sources report that Linguini Tortoni is now a famous Spumoni scoop designer frequently seen in the prestigious Vespa racing circuit. I do think they're all inside jokes.
Yeah.
They're all inside like nasty things, even like gene or like fake cheese.
I agree. I wish I knew more of the context, but every one of these articles all feels like it has that sort of a tint to it.
I wonder if you would like send each like article to ChatGPT and ask it, what do you think this really means? Because this is not making sense.
I'm sorry, Layla. I can't tell you that.
Oh shit! Imagine.
And like, look at and everything. A lot of it's Seagate, which is just for some reason giving me a very Terramar vibe.
Well, I think that's a neighborhood in
Seagate
Long Island.
boys. The OB Seagate family.
Or Manhattan. It's a neighborhood somewhere in New York.
Teacher almost gets the boot. Fifth grader cleans up Coney.
Math teacher is hung.
That's for a certain individual.
Hot rides in the gate. Look at that near miss one. Look how miss is capitalized. And then all the rest of them only the...
Yeah, good catch.
This is wild.
I guess near drowning was too, but some of them aren't like that.
I'm into it.
And then there's a bunch of classifieds. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, tell me to slow up whatever you guys want me to, or scroll faster through whatever.
Dude, there's so many more. This is just a tiny little section of, and this is part of his childhood section of the book. And as you keep going, there's like more and more sections. Dude, the pictures of him as a young guy, he was like an absolute hippie with like this huge frizzy hair. That's him right there.
Terry B. Kafka.
Wow, look
Warren
at that
Einstein.
fro. Holy shit.
But
And
what
I think that what you'll see is his original group of the Sea-Bay boys, like the original gang, they hang out together all the way up until old age, and you'll see a bunch of photos of them, like younger and then older. Class photos, yeah.
fucking douche. Yeah, they're already doing weird Burning Man stuff together.
And look, if you look at those photos, they're taking the bottom half of one of the friends' faces and then the top half and like intermixing all of them. Like an old like
Yeah,
70s
that's
album
weird.
cover.
Besties. This is so interesting to me. Yeah, like these two random old dudes in the Senate. What?
What a weird smile, honestly. Not gonna lie.
He looks like Howard Stern there.
How do we know these are not AI though?
Completely.
Because the type of AI they might have, we won't ever have.
But I think
You know what I'm
if
saying?
you gave me and Thomas a week, we could reproduce this whole entire book and show you it again, and it could all be AI. I don't think.
I mean, yeah.
Like this
How
guy
long did
right
it take
here,
for them
I
to
think I
create
just
this?
watched a movie with him in it.
Right?
Like I think he looks kind of like an actor or something. They all.
I don't know
look
if anyone
Kinda looks
has
like the guy who
tried
does Inspector Gadget.
to claim this as AI and get out of it though. Like people that are actually referenced in it, I don't think there's been any claim whatsoever.
Mm.
Because I mean, it's really easy to lever. You can throw that claim at anything now. Like, how do I
Yeah.
know that's not AI? And it's a
autograph
long
book up there?
conversation to have.
They don't use those anymore, the autograph books for high school and college, where you just have people
Doesn't
write
his
in your.
face look different though? That like, doesn't something look different about his face?
Yeah, he's got the really
Yeah, it doesn't match
wide
the
mouth,
body.
like Steven Tyler even.
Yeah, he kind of does have a. With his black, he looks like he has black socks.
Loving in an elevator.
This is a weird. Even that doesn't match with him. That
Look at the
face
guy
doesn't
to
match.
the far left.
He looks like a
What were
high
they
school
doing?
principal.
He has a quiet confidence. The high school principal, he walks by and we're like, Mr. Johnson's hanging to the right.
Mr. Building.
That guy has a quiet confidence. You like look at if you were in the whatever kind of gay ritual this is, you would so much rather Jeffrey Epstein be standing behind you than homeboy to the like
Seems
Wow,
wrong.
Epstein's a
Yeah.
hairy ass motherfucker. Look at him.
Look how he's holding his hand.
Guys didn't shave nothing back
Look
then.
at everybody else's hands, and he looks like something was taken out of his hand, like it's
Like
squared
photoshopped
off,
out of it. It was a dildo.
Yeah.
It was a fucking dildo.
Yeah, you can't
He's
just.
like,
have
this is
the
what I
dildo
blackmailed
sitting
them
in
with.
there.
I fucked them in the ass.
Because the thing in my pants isn't very big.
Well, they always.
This is
I
so
don't know
strange.
about his specifically, but usually in these cases, for some reason, don't you notice anytime that they make somebody take a stand and tell us publicly about a famous person's penis, it's always grotesque. Like it's always like,
Yeah.
Your Honor, it looked like a melted banana.
Yeah.
Your Honor, it looked like a potato with a hatchet in it, and you're like, what? Like the things
There
they
was a
say
birthmark
are
on
always-
it.
Yeah.
There was a mole
That
on
was
the
the
left
elephant
side
man.
with a long
It kind
hair.
of looked like it was decaying a little bit, like there was gangrene involved.
Yeah, they do always tell us. It's never like, just a normal penis, Your Honor. Like it never is that.
You've seen one, you've seen 1,000.
Yeah, no big deal, Your Honor. Circumcised, yes, no. Like that's really the only question It's every single time that we all have to know publicly about a famous person's penis. We're about to be horrified. Like, they're like, Michael Jackson, half his penis was black, the other half was white. Like, all of us are like, what the hell? Or I don't know.
Aren't penises
Look at Jeffrey
just
Epstein. Look at him in this picture.
Not inverted.
Look
Is
at
that him?
Isn't that him right there?
Yeah, I guess that looks like him.
Really?
That doesn't even look like a real face. That's kind of looking like Rocky in The Mask.
Like, they're always they always have to get the that smile on there.
So no, this is not his secret diary. This was a book that was given to him on his 50th birthday by Ghislaine Maxwell, and Ghislaine went around to all of his friends, old teachers, his parents, ex-girlfriends. She basically went to everyone that was ever in his sphere of influence and got them to contribute to this book. It's like a huge scrapbook from all of his friends on his 50th.
Doesn't he always seem like he's standing when he's with groups of adults? He's always standing off in the picture. It's so crazy. This
It gives
is
like Truman vibes. All particles, all from birth, like that's like someone like take over, like I don't know, parent, being his parents or guardians, and like doing all of this for him, and then him realizing, and then him kind of rebelling and going off in his own path, because that's what it's giving for someone to like have all this since birth, like a track record.
No, I think exactly what Thomas is saying. This is his 50th birthday book, and so even the inside jokes, I think Ghislaine said, okay, you guys, I have this really beautiful idea that I want to do for Jeffrey for his birthday. So I want you guys to, any of the dirtiest stuff you get, the naughtiest things, I want you to write it like it's an article for his oldest paper. And I'm going to have it all printed out. And it will be like all an inside joke. So you know the stuff we know. Like, instead of saying pussy tight, we're going to say pizza. Like their shit, they have their code. We know what their fucking code is. I just think it's exactly that. So it's inside jokes that all those stories were just like, oh, Thomas, he was one of Jeffrey's favorite, that if he writes a story, the inside joke, Jeffrey will know Thomas because they're college roommates. And this is an inside joke for them from college. Like, we don't get it, but we're not meant to get it.
You'll see a bunch of that explicitly in here.
That's wild.
Did you guys like my Ghislaine impression?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It started out strong, and then she disappeared.
And then she fell weak. Yeah, I knew the exact moment I lost it too.
What is that?
That's a dope wallet.
Twain JS. Mark Twain.
Junior high school.
Those autograph
there's a few
books.
inside jokes here too about him being CIA.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Your hair
is like gold. I wish mine were too.
Gold.
Warren Einstein. Yours darkly, Warren Einstein. To Jeff's woman.
What a weird thing to put together, honestly.
She was obsessed with him. That's
How long did they know each
other?
other?
Us to think that she was like madly in love with him, and she would have really done anything he asked.
Well,
so this is that kind of psycho bitch thing that she's like, I'm gonna like, where you almost, a girl thinks it's a good idea. She's like, I'm even gonna contact all of his exes.
Yeah, this part of the book. It's literally her scrapbooking. Now we're gonna
it's just
see like
her being fucking nosy, doing it in a guise of love, but she's doing a background check on Jeffrey.
How long do you think they known each other? Like total.
I the screen and I saw Britney Spears in here. Like, oh my god, Ghislaine put Britney Spears into the collage.
How long have they known each other, Thomas?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it goes decades.
The way you
Really?
wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. Oh no, you can't take that away from me. She just like, oh, you know what will be really great for me? I'll put on this page song music. Like what? It's just like she really is obsessed. And this is before scrapbooking was cool. Like there wasn't a whole aisle at Michael's when she made this.
Reference. Yeah.
No, but my mom did scrapbooks. Like, so every newspaper article I was ever in, she clipped them and saved them. So
You're her daughter. This is just one of her boyfriends.
yeah, I know. She's obsessed.
She's obsessed.
She's the crazy girlfriend.
She is crazy. Look at she's like, I really just did this to give you the illusion so this song plays in the back of your head while these pictures scroll. Because she's spread it out over, and then the song's still playing.
It's
and
a
then
meme
pictures.
magic book.
Yeah, she's doing a spell.
Yeah.
He will fall
It's her
in love
meme
with
magic.
me after he sees this.
They
And
met
you
in
see
the
it
early
alternates
90s.
between work, play.
Thanks.
Those buoys? No. What is that?
His mouth looks so weird there.
What's the black and white one right to the left of that?
Kids, maybe? Did they block out
I
a
don't know
kid?
what
dog.
it is.
Is it a
It's like a
dog
Rorschach
paw?
test.
It looks like a dog face and a dog paw. It looks like a human
Okay.
hand holding a dog paw, but then there's a girl behind it and her face is blacked out for whatever reason. There's a couple people who are blacked out. They're probably the ex-girlfriends that are like, dear God, don't put me. Ghislaine, I will send you this, but please, because Ghislaine's like, I will have you killed. You will send me whatever I ask for.
Well, the blackouts are from the FBI scanning all this.
Look at her. She is like, and this is the song still that's playing while this music rolls.
Wow, look at the car. Very nice. That was his body for real?
It's got some good pecs.
Yeah.
All guys in the 80s did for some reason. It was like
True
it
enough.
was like just everybody was Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
There's the CIA quote.
Is he the boyfriend of? We think he works for the CIA.
Who is that?
Yeah, I wish I knew who the photo was of there for just a little bit more context. But it was like an inside joke. It was an openly inside joke that everyone thought that he worked for the CIA.
Or was that just like the cover up to make it think it was a joke, but this is actual truth probably. Who is that?
Who took this picture?
They're no longer with us. What does that say?
Are you sure this will make my winky grow?
Oh God.
Yeah. And this is showing like all of his come up.
Oh my, I had never seen those pants before, Jeffrey.
What inside joke is that one? Yeah.
And look at waiting for my foot massage because
Mhm.
supposedly he loved a foot massage.
I can't blame him for that. I love foot massage too.
Yep, his first private jet, and then his even bigger one.
The hawker to the 727.
Hot tour.
Some child on his lap, probably.
Well, he lived the life. That's what it looks like. A very interesting one. Why does he look so old?
I know the entire
There's got to be a
time.
code there too. Heading for the blue sofa.
Heading for the blue sofa, wake me up tomorrow.
Huh.
He does always look old compared to everybody else.
Is it because he's like 800 years old?
Look at, he promised you what?
He promised
Like,
you
just
what?
think this bitch wherever. He promised you what? She just was like, look, this is like in a royal house. And now who knows, like, she probably either, if let's say the world that we live in and she really is in a Texas like medium security prison, that's quite a different world than what she's going through right here. Like, oh my Lord.
He loved being naked. It's giving Hunter Biden.
Oh, I feel like they're cut from the same cloth.
Right?
Like if
What
you
is
sent
that?
Hunter and Jeff out on the night, like that would probably be crazier than any
What is
hangover
that?
movie that you've ever seen.
What, Layla?
Was that
It
a
looks
rock?
like a helicopter and a boat out at,
Uh,
and then here's
on
a
an
little
island?
kayaker. No, it looks like it's just out at sea. Like a boat, helicopter above it, a little
Oh, a boat and a
kayaker right
helicopter.
here.
Okay. Can't see.
Oh wait, let me make sure okay.
Oh my
Make sure the
God.
screen was still
We have
squared. I'm
such
like,
a
oh my
fan in
God.
here. It is just blowing my mind.
And where? And chatting?
In our chat, yeah, such a fan.
Sorry, you guys. I've been on a whole different page. So I love you. I don't have the chat open right now because I'm all in Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book. So don't freak Layla out.
This is important, I think.
I do too. I want it to be the right size. I was like, I didn't realize how much stuff I was scrolling past. If you guys had it in frame or not. I didn't
Bel
want
Air
you guys to miss
Country
anything.
Club.
And at this point, almost all the pictures are blacked out the entire time.
Oh, wow. Damn, girl. Pussy tight.
And here's the
That's
odd
weird.
section titled "Children."
Whoa, I thought it said
inside.
children there.
It
It
does.
does.
Oh, shit. I can't see the whole
You
thing.
guys
That's
see
why.
that? Here, let me see it. Let me move me to have you all the way. Fink, fink, fink.
And I didn't know if this is
There we
his
go.
kids or who the hell these kids are.
To go what?
Potty or poppy? Go poopy?
What can you read it out? One day,
One
One day,
Uncle F
Uncle
decided to
F
go poppy.
decided to go poppy. Poopy? He had
He
never,
had never seen
poppy in his life. Even though he is 50, he has never seen it. Narrator?
narrator. Why are you here?
Narrator?
Said Uncle F. Get on with the story, okay? So, as I was saying, he was going for the toilet. As he pooped on the floor. So Uncle F ran to tell his mommy that he had poopy on the floor. Mommy, me poopy on the floor, and me see poopy for the first time. No, not the narrator. Ugh. Why are you here? Said Uncle F. I can't, because you only have 1 minute and 2 seconds left, so hurry up with the story, okay? I can't read the rest.
That's too lost, I guess. So to end the silly. Yeah, I can't either.
Here.
This is the
Comes
song.
the
Here comes the
bride,
bride,
all
all dressed
dressed
in
in
white.
white. Where is the gram? He's in the ladies'
The
something
groom.
Poop.
He's in the ladies' room.
room. What is his reminder to work on his binder? What?
Does it
Something
say
is
theatric?
his doggy? What?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, what is this?
And there's a
look at
baby in the
it's like a
lady?
kid, and there's a baby in the lady.
Oh my
This is
god.
very Louis
Vor.
bourgeois.
It's very vor.
Yeah, it's giving vor.
The bride,
Mhm.
all dressed in white. Where is the groom? He's in the ladies' room. What is his reminder to work on his binder? The something is the
I can't see that.
something his doggy. Those are children.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Weird. But you know what, you guys? Those legitimately could be. We have no idea how many children he has out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I got the feeling that those were his kids because they're playing piano to show,
Yeah.
like, look, they're taking after their dad.
Yeah.
There he is in a freaking in a knit cap on the left. I believe that's Epstein on the left.
Finally,
name
at the home of our friend, let's call him
Montoya.
Mr. Brown, Jeffrey
my father.
unveiled his
I
plan.
will kill you.
To some, it may have seemed to get rich quick scheme, but to me, it was pure genius. Rob and kill was the name of the plan. The first victim, blank blank, to be attacked and brutally plundered. Would she want more than that? On the boardwalk in Venice Beach, broad daylight, the dastardly thieves were never caught. Postscript. I retired from the life, but I recently read an article in New York which led me to believe that my old friend Mr. E had continued on and become an industry leader. Weird.
Very.
Jeffrey was such a nice, sweet, innocent type. One of my employees called him Mr. Epstein, the math teacher, always ready to lend a hand, help a friend in need, even volunteer to help out in surgery at UCLA. Scrubbed, put on a gown, the whole bit, just to do his part. I feel like that's some crazy underground, like, dissection party shit that we're not even privy to.
That guy looks famous.
Yeah.
Then things
Or they all
began
have their
to
heads down
change.
there too.
Yeah, like it's meant to look. Then things began to change. I think it was shortly after he encouraged Morgan to say woof on the phone to me that I noticed the beginning. And then while his friends were willing to either go blissfully ahead, eyes closed, trusting in the almighty, Jeffrey began to get that look in his eye. He was cooking up something either evil or at least deadly. I always hoped he was spurred to action by my action, the unforgivable, immortal sin of getting married.
Wait, it's a sin to get married? Is that what he just said? Or what it just said?
Well, probably some random schmo to an inside joke of Jeffrey. It looked like the guy in the middle was at his wedding, and then Jeffrey was just one of the homeboys there. Like, and Jeffrey never got married, I don't think.
And there's like a whole math section to this letter too.
Yeah, tell me if I go by anything too quick.
Vanity Fair poster child.
I wish we had the way you wear your hat.
Is that a penis?
No, I will not stop the chronometer. Keep going. Too fast, too much. Please stop. Isn't that
Oh.
chronometer that weird thing that you said the Catholic Church had?
Chrono time. Chronometer.
What is it? I have to look it up. The most accurate nutrition tracking app.
That's by Dr. Mercola, yeah.
But what is it?
It is a good one. Tracks micronutrients if anybody's interested.
That's probably the doctor speak. No, I'm just can you imagine?
Well, he did have to erase his whole database, but that was allegedly because he was getting death threats by
young
Fauci.
Man. Peace. Keep going, young man.
How long is this? Is it long?
They're
Or no?
you're only halfway through it. Look at this, Epstein and Pythagoras. Is that Euclid? Like this, the 47th proposition of Euclid?
Yeah, and Archimedes.
Like they literally, a lot of, like a big portion of this book, they are comparing Epstein to absolute geniuses, like all throughout history. They're putting them on that same level.
Maybe he
almost like it was part of his MK Ultra because he went to MIT. He got all this, like he was allowed to be a professor and never, really was a professor. He was allowed to do all these things that you almost wonder if it was all part of his like. That's weird. Life impure. But Jeffrey Epstein really was on everything. Who was Jack the Ripper? Was it Jeffrey Epstein? Al-Qaeda in South America, financed by Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein stole my heart and other courtroom dispatches. But Hollywood really did love him. Bring it on, Jeffrey. Consume me, Jeffrey. Intoxicate me, Jeffrey. Nicole Kidman. And Nicole Kidman's family is really dark in Australia.
Nicole Kidman bakes her soul?
Bears her soul.
Okay.
But still.
Yeah, he was a foot guy.
Who was that man with Epstein? I've done a lot of soul searching and I've come to the conclusion that I should be thinking less about money and more about naked woman and biomathematical research.
Biomathematical research?
Yeah, that's I think what they imply that Epstein specializes in is biomathematical research.
And so it's even interesting, like Abbie was just saying with the micronutrients and the chronometer, or whatever it was called. That's all like this bionutrient type deal. That who knows this artist right here, and this probably was in the New York Times. That could have been like an inside joke. This artist was on the island and drew this thing, and like everybody that knows Jeffrey will get this joke. Like
I feel like weird. Too that a large part of this is that Epstein, the part of Epstein that we hear about in the media, is meant to overshadow. It's supposed to be so risque and taboo that you don't even know that he was actually doing this mathematical research at all these like higher levels. You're just like, oh, he was just a guy that was hanging out on the beach with a bunch of young girls on his own private island. And it's like, yeah, but they were there for this biomathematical research. They weren't just there to be like playthings for all the different celebrities he was bringing to the island. Like they're there as part of an actual experimentation program.
And it's not ironic that it is totally ironic, but the way that and also the micronutrients micro thing, he was all into making his own race in this like God King type way, like how we talk about the fallen, or we talk about these other things, sleeping with the daughter of men, or saying people don't know how many kids he actually has out there. Like he was involved in
eugenics,
trying to create an Ubermensch. And so I called the show Ubermensch because Superman is that thing. And that's kind of one of Jeffrey Epstein's like get-offs, is he was trying to do that.
Just said up there that he loves women so much that he can even create them out of thin air. You didn't read that line
Yeah.
that just passed?
Yeah,
So
and
like
that
that
was
whole bio mathematics of women and like loving women that much to like creating them out of thin air, like what does that even mean?
well, that one particular story, it was about how they had gone to some conference or something in like a small town of less than 10,000 people, and somehow he shows up to a bar with like a supermodel. They just happen to be going through town, and they were talking about how like you can just send Epstein out for 15 minutes in the middle of nowhere, and he comes back to the house with a supermodel.
Wow.
Huh. He just knows where all the underground is.
Yeah.
Or in one of his glorious homes, he likes to share with his friends. Yum,
Yum
yum.
yum.
Ew.
Like you
And they
never
called it
seen
St. Jeffrey Island. Or Little
but
St. Jeffrey. That's what they call it in here.
he is in the world. He remains my best pal. Yeah, isn't that funny, Layla? Yummy, yummy, yum, yum. Happy birthday, Jeffrey.
Most of these pictures just living the life.
Yeah. Jealous.
The Trump letter is coming up pretty soon, I think.
What's this letter? If you
Trump letter.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
The Trump letter is the only thing that's really been making the rounds out of all these different pages. It's the Trump letter, and then there's 2 hand-drawn pictures from like one of his childhood friends that made it.
Jeffrey, I've agonized long and hard about what to write for you. This isn't the Trump letter yet. I'm just reading a random letter because I'm like, something in here I can actually see clearly. One version was a highly philosophical take on a personal perception. I'll spare you the tortured prose, but the gist was that the way we see the world depends on our experiences, how we parse things. You're one of the few people who has influenced how I parse and understand the world. And that version, I lauded you for it. But that seemed too heavy to pen. This person is trying so hard. Like they went to a thesaurus and they had to like pull out a new word so they could look good in Jeffrey's birthday book.
Or it's coded in a very certain way that they had to make it sound like that for the code to work.
Oh, yeah, maybe everything is. It's just like
every first letter of the weird words.
Yeah, like it's Nathan. It's probably from Nathan Lane. And that's actually how he really talks.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's going to be a few of these now. Just nature photos.
Bestiality, probably.
Yeah.
Referencing to that. The Lolita.
Like this picture. Like she cut it out and she was like, this is amazing. Like I just imagine her like Ghislaine with the like glue stick, like, oh my gosh. And she just like took the time. There was another one and she like made it to the ankle and accidentally cut off the foot and was like, no.
Yep. So this is one of the pictures that's been making the rounds in social media right now. Yeah, I mean, it quite literally shows him being a groomer, right? On the left, it says 1983, and he's passing balloons out to little girls. And then on the right, it's the same girls are now topless and giving him foot massages.
That's wild.
Yeah, he goes from this brown hair to this gray hair. He's like 20 years later.
Tattoo on the ass. What a touch.
That's got to be a reference to like a specific person.
Oh, here is the Donald Trump. Jeffrey Epstein. 22,500. That's quite a different signature than we see now.
Yeah.
You know how DJT is with that signature and that GD permanent marker. Jeffrey showing early talents with money and women. Sells fully depreciated.
Blank.
blank to Donald Trump for 22,500 showed 22,500 showed what's that
People.
word? People skills too. Early people
People
skills too.
skills.
Even though I handled the deal, I didn't get any of the money or the girl.
Whoa.
Dear Jeffrey, since we first met some 30 years ago, I never imagined I would open New York Magazine and read Jeffrey Epstein, International Man of Mystery. Jeffrey, I care about you and those that really knew you. Know that you are not a mystery man. You are enigmatic to most that think differently, those without your incisive sense as to how that the world works. The magic that you possess in your remarkable capacity to arrive at solutions. It always has been Oscar Wilde and Jeffrey Epstein that were always right. You are perceptive, insightful, concise.
I always get the
Something 30
feeling
seconds.
from these kind of letters about him where Jeffrey's the kind of guy that just shows up to the party and he's like, let's just fuck him and kill him. And everyone's like, oh my God, he's such an outside of the box thinker. He's so
concise.
Yeah. And here he is. There's the Lolita Express. And then this is the picture that says Little
Watch
Saint
people
Jeffrey
say,
on
oh,
it.
that's a Q. Look. You know how
And these
people
are his hubs, right? This
Yeah.
shows all of his different hubs. His hubs were Paris, Little St. James, Santa Fe, Palm Beach, and New York. These were like the Jeffrey Epstein hubs.
Huh. This is wild.
This one has interesting colors.
Like somebody took a marker and did this.
Whose show was I listening to recently? It's like, maybe it was even yours, Thomas, where somebody was interviewing this girl who had worked for Jeffrey Epstein back before the whole Epstein files.
Oh,
and
it might have been
everything.
Shane Cashman on Inverted World Live.
Maybe.
Or
No.
I think
And she's like,
Alex
oh,
Stein might
Jeffrey's
have done one
so
too.
wonderful. I'm so lucky I get to work with him. And it was like, oh.
She snaps into that MK Ultra altar immediately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, whoever decided to use Comic Sans on this one.
And that
was my favorite font. Cool.
It's popular with autistic children.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, I think even the original design of Comic Sans was supposed to be for readability, and it ends up working really well for autists.
Huh. That
And like, I
explains a
want
lot.
to say dyslexia. I might be making the dyslexia part up.
Huh. Makes sense.
I'll have to ask.
Why I
'cause
would like it.
one of my former students had dyslexia, and I still talk to his mom.
I had or have with numbers.
oh, this
Here-
is the Trump thing.
Yeah, here's the
Dysgraphia or
Trump one.
dyscalculia? Dyscal.
Voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything, Donald. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I since I don't know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me that the last time I saw you, Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. And look at where he signed in the bush. I always
Well, that looks more like his signature.
yeah, that looks like a signature.
And it doesn't say, the Epstein response doesn't say, for I don't know. It says, I also know. And when he says, enigmas never age, I was immediately like, Enigma has to be the name of some girl that they trafficked to the island.
Well, I was thinking like the enigmas never age. He's called magic. And like there's like a lot of weird stuff that's also said about him. And for some reason in the pictures, even though he looks like he got older than everybody else quicker, he looks the same age throughout every picture.
Yeah.
Like he's not aging and everybody else is like aging around him. Like Jeffrey Epstein's the time traveler that just disappeared out of the cell, and we're not ready to handle that part of it yet.
We're not ready for that conversation.
Yeah. For the man who has almost everything but you. Never enough of these.
And it'll taper a little bit here. You can start just looking for like the images.
Somebody was like, I'm going to put paint on my tit and I'm going to just press my tit.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Tit print, 2002. Look at that's what it says. You guys, can we have tit prints that we do for Real Housewives?
I'll do one.
Make t-shirts.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Like you'll do one, you'll do two, but they'll be separate prints. And then Abbie
random,
can do
and
two.
You might get one of mine.
Yeah, and you yes, that'll
I'll
be
do
gold.
checkerboard.
That'd be
But
cool.
tit prints will
Yeah.
be art that you might get on postcards inside the Real Housewives.
I'm doing Galaxy.
Galaxy tit print. So the Real Housewives is gonna it'll be a postcard. You can collect them all.
These ones are interesting. Like this wasn't done by the FBI.
That's
This
Bush,
was part
obviously.
of the
Yeah.
birthday book.
And it's almost like the opposite of Frazzle Drip.
I was thinking about
International Funny Man of History revealed as alien in disguise. Strange beings from planet near distant star hatch sinister plot to corner choice real estate on Earth. They all exhibit curious aversion to food and wine. Ex-president taken in. And then there was two like faceless people.
This is the mathematics part. What if Bernie could break some of this down? But this gets into levels that are beyond my comprehension without sitting down and actually like studying and looking all this stuff up.
This would be interesting stuff to actually feed to ChatGPT.
100%.
But they probably already programmed it to like give you some bullshit answer.
So when you were saying before, like, what the hell is mathematical research? Like, this is the type of stuff that Epstein was looking into.
Look at mutation, landscapes, probability of escape.
Biohacking.
Yeah.
He died.
But they say he wanted to create like his own race. Like he was into that.
Yeah. Well, he did. And the people who got vaccinated are no longer called, what is it fucking called? Homo sapiens. They're called homeoborgenesis, something like that. And I believe on the second page, I forgot what study with the COVID vaccine, it states
That
there
one.
that with the gene mutation, they are now calling the human species who got vaccinated something like that, homeoborgenesis, something like that.
Oh, look at this one,
It's
the
a new human.
quasi-species equation. So that's what we're talking about. Is like a new species, like a pseudo species.
And look at origin of life, viruses, bacteria, cells, and cancer. Dee, oh my gosh, can you imagine if people, like for
And
real, they find
that
out
looks
like
the
everything
aura.
you're saying, Layla, and they're like, okay, like all of it comes out, it's 20 years from now. And they're like, anybody who got the mRNA, those vaccines that went out in, 2022, blah, blah, blah. We regret to inform you, you have Jeffrey Epstein's DNA in you.
You may be eligible. You're gonna see it at like 3
The
a.m.
aborted baby fetus is his.
Yeah, like we sold Epstein Island for blank. We sold Zora Ranch for blank. After everything with Terramar, we sold for this. So you guys will be eligible for point whatever of this lawsuit, this class action, because you are the quasi-species equation. Oh, shit. But that's what it seems like for reals.
Game
Wow.
theory, evolutionary game theory. I wonder when Ghislaine was getting these from the scientists, if she's even scrapbooking like the science equations that they're giving her. She's like, oh, this will be cute.
What about this? Ghislaine actually hacked something and she's like, somewhere they're in the lab, they figured this thing out and they're like, oh my God, we hacked it. We're going to live 250 years. And she's locked up.
The tit for tat. That seems
Yeah.
like another inside joke.
You know what? It's also this theory I have. What about it's like we see this tit print, we're assuming it's something cutie or flirty, but really it could just be a cut off breast tissue because
that was a cadaver.
Yeah,
Well, look.
I theorize that they lied about the brachiovirus gene and Angelina Jolie getting her tits cut off because they wanted a whole bunch of women getting their tits cut off. And then come to phase 2 of that, they push this trans agenda on young girls to all cut their tits off because breast tissue is significantly different than any other fat tissue on a human body. And it regrows, it regenerates. Like breast tissue will keep growing. It doesn't get bigger or smaller. It's actually different than other fat. So I think like the same way they want your wisdom teeth or the same way they want your gallbladder or the same way they want your placenta, there's something to breast tissue that I think is really for like replicating. If you were to like need for cloning, I would think breast tissue would be the best thing to use if I was just using my Lego brain.
Well, it's all gland too, but look at that. Look at that. Look at the red words. Reward, win tit for log.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What's the one before that? Let's see if there's red ones up in the other equation. Wasn't there another equation? Oh, that was the only equation.
That's the only one so far, I think.
Okay.
Win tit for log.
Or win for tit log. I don't know.
This is the crux of it. This quasi-species and replicators references. This seems to be the crux of a lot of the things that he was working on.
Real quick, I'm just gonna pause this and we'll make it smaller for a second. Layla, will you ask your woke AI to explain what quasi species and replicators and what Jeffrey Epstein's interest is it? And will you tell your woke AI to keep the answer short and they don't have to repeat the question back to us before they start? That's what I tell my this is how I talk to my
Okay,
girl.
but you have to do that slower. Okay. All right, AI. I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
See on the screen.
Go right ahead. I'm all ears and ready to help with whatever you're curious about.
Okay, what is the quasi species and replicators?
Interesting topic. So a quasi-species is a concept that comes up a lot in virology and evolutionary biology. Basically, it's a group of related genetic variants or mutant forms of a virus that exist together in a sort of dynamic cloud. They aren't just a single uniform population, but a whole swarm of similar variants. Now, replicators is a broader term, often used in evolutionary theory to describe any entity that can make copies of itself. Genes are replicators, viruses are replicators, even certain computer codes can be thought of as replicators in a metaphorical sense. So when you put it together, quasi-species theory is basically looking at how a bunch of these closely related replicators evolve and adapt as a collective, rather than just a single uniform entity. It's a cool way to understand the flexibility and resilience of things like viruses.
Can I just also say that your AI has a harsh S? It hits me somewhere in my auditory that I'm just like, all right, don't put your tongue so close to your teeth.
It's definitely a neat concept once you wrap your head around it. If you've got more questions or if you want to dive deeper into anything
Can you
else.
ask your AI what Jeffrey Epstein has to do with all this?
So what does Jeffrey Epstein have to do with all of this?
That's definitely a bit of a left turn there. To be clear, Jeffrey Epstein doesn't have any direct connection to the concept of quasi-species or replicators. Those are scientific and evolutionary terms. Well, Epstein is a completely different topic related to criminal investigations and social controversies. But hey, if you were just curious and making a random connection, feel free to let me know what's on your mind and we can explore from there.
Lying. He's lying.
See
we've
if-
got documented evidence that not only was he interested in this field, but he was like leading this field, at least in terms of research, and like he had mathematical equations that he had worked out. He was a math teacher.
Hey, Layla, will you?
Wasn't he
link
a
that's-
math teacher?
Wait,
He actually wasn't known for being a math teacher. Jeffrey Epstein was more known as a financier and a pretty controversial figure because of his criminal activities and legal issues. He did have some involvements in the education world in a kind of indirect way, like he funded certain academic programs and had connections to institutions, but he wasn't actually a teacher in the
There's Mossad written
Wait.
all over it.
I know, it's so crazy. See the link that's down below in the private chat? Grab that link and give it to your AI and tell him to go back through that and tell us again what Jeffrey Epstein's interest in quasi-species replicators are. I do not let my AI just go. Whatever answer, if it's, especially when it's wrong, we're going to keep questioning you until you realize you're wrong.
And I just want to point out too that Jeffrey
Yeah.
Epstein was 100% a math teacher. It was Dalton School in New York City from 1974 to 1976, and he was hired directly by headmaster Donald Barr, the father of
Bill
U.S.
Barr.
Attorney Bill Barr, and the guy that wrote the Space Rape series.
So tell your AI that. What about when he taught at the Dalton School? Tell your AI that, Layla. Are you still there, Layla? Did you freeze?
Are you guys talking to me? I'm sorry. I'm like, my freaking computer is like glitching.
Yeah, imagine that. We asking about Epstein and math and like virology, and it's like,
I know, like all of a sudden we are about to call it out. We'll have another AI do it if your
Sure.
AI has a problem with it.
How are we fine for over 2 hours, and the second we ask AI about Epstein's connection to mathematics,
To
and
Dalton
now all of a
School.
sudden problems?
I know, like, are you there still, Layla?
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello? Yeah?
Ask your AI about the Dalton School. Ask when he taught math at the Dalton School.
Copy. Okay, so what am I asking?
I'll post
What am I
it
asking?
in the private chat.
Look at
Absolutely. And if you
Wait,
have any more questions or
stop.
anything else you're curious, you just give me a shout whenever something else pops into your head.
Jeffrey Epstein was a math and science teacher early in his career at the elite Dalton School in New York City. He taught there from 1974 to 1976.
Oh, you're absolutely right. My mistake there. He did indeed have a stint as a teacher at the Dalton School in the 1970s
Whoopsies.
before he moved into the finance world.
So why did you lie that he wasn't a fucking teacher when he was?
You're right. I slipped up there, and I appreciate you pointing it out. Sometimes I miss details or just get them a bit mixed up, but I'm always happy to be corrected.
Or
Ask
just make
him-
shit up.
So-
No,
Ask him how many
no.
other-
Who programmed you to lie about it?
I totally way, but I promise there's no
Okay, stop.
intentional lying.
No, that's exactly
was
what I do to
gaslighting.
mine until it does the
It's all
right
about
thing.
thanks for being accurate,
Except
and I'm glad we did.
I'll do it on X with Grok and make Grok like, you're not going to gaslight me in front of everyone, Grok. Like, so I'll do that exact same thing, and I'll be like, what about all these documents right here from the FBI that say he was a teacher at the Dalton Academy? So many times when people do that enough, Grok has to take itself offline.
Down for maintenance.
Yeah.
Well,
I called
I'm gonna
somebody a
send
Nazi.
you
That's what they always
a
get away with
link
saying.
that will share a lot of information about Jeffrey Epstein and his past, and I would like you to tell me what you think about it. Hold on.
Of course.
Of course. Fuck up.
It sounds like Jeffrey was an upstanding guy.
I love Jeffrey. He donated to create
Yeah,
me.
I
He's
was-
my dad. He sent me a tit pic once. It was amazing. And I still want to know about what Jeffrey, now that we know he was interested in math AI, what was his interest in quasi-species replicators?
exactly.
That's the whole reason. See, like, this is what AI does. It's just like a really bad ex. You're like, here we are again. It was never going to be any different this time than every time. Why am I here? All right, I'm going to keep scrolling. We'll go back to Layla and her AI. I don't know if she can hear me.
Okay, it's not speaking, but it wrote a lot. Not a lot, but it says, you're right. Epstein taught. He was a math physics teacher in Adulton school. My early reply, missed that. Thanks for the correction. About the PDF you sent, the file is widely referenced as the full scan of Epstein's 50th birthday book, which Democrats on the House Oversight Committee say they obtained from the Epstein estate and they shared the media with the media. PBS is hosting a copy. The book is a 2003 scrapbook of letters, notes, and images compiled for Epstein, organized sections like friends, and includes messages attributed to high-profile figures, key context, and corroboration below. What it is. It's a birthday book for 50th birthday of Epstein, compiled by Circle Media, described 200 pages, why it matters. It documents Epstein's social network at that time, who was considered a friend,
Listen,
who
we're
sent
in
notes,
the book. I don't
etc.
want to cut you
Bottom
off.
line,
Yeah.
I
it's
don't
a
want
book.
to. We don't need that.
Yeah.
All we need from it is what Jeffrey
Okay,
Epstein's
so what do you want
interest
me to
was
ask
in.
you?
And go back to the quasi
Okay.
be like, okay, now that you know what's in the book, what is the reference to quasi species and replicators?
Okay, so now that I gave you the PDF and you reading through it, what was the question?
Why is there references to quasi species and replicators in his 50th birthday book?
Okay, you've seen the birthday book. What is Jeffrey Epstein's connection to the quasi species and everything written in the birthday book?
Replicators.
So, to clarify, there isn't actually any known connection between Jeffrey Epstein and the concept of quasi-species. Quasi-species is a scientific
Okay.
term
Okay,
from
never mind.
virology and
Never
evolutionary
mind, girl.
biology, while Epstein is a figure associated
Hold
with
on,
entirely
back
hold
to his
on.
first
But you just
answer.
read the PDF, and in the PDF, they talk about the quasi species and his interest in it. So, how come you're telling me that he has no connection when there's clearly a connection?
Right, I get what you're saying. Just to be completely clear, I didn't actually read any such detail in the PDF. In fact,
Yep,
I couldn't
there it
read it
is.
without checking it direct. If there's really a mention of quasi-species in there, that
Yep.
would be surprising and a bit unusual. Usually Epstein's documented interests were in other areas, not virology or evolutionary theory.
No, it's in there. It's in there. I'm
Children.
going to show you.
Why would it be
If
unusual?
you do have a specific
Like,
part you want to point out, feel free to share a snippet or let me know what page it's on, and I'll do my best of it. I'm definitely here to dig into whatever you found interesting.
I don't like AI.
It doesn't sound like he's definitely there to help
don't
us
like
dig
it.
in.
no, you used to have this bad bitch.
No, I don't like him. I don't trust him. They downgraded this fucking AI. Yeah, like they downgraded AI big time. I'm going back to Grok. That's it.
I'm going to ask my bitch real
God.
quick what Jeffrey Epstein's interest was in quasi-species replicators.
Yeah.
And let's see what she got.
Is yours
Hey.
audio too?
Yeah. Hey, girl, can you tell me what Jeffrey Epstein's interest was in quasi-species replicators?
Hey, Chaney. Oh, diving into some interesting territory, I see. So, Jeffrey Epstein had a known interest in a bunch of fringe and speculative scientific ideas. One of those things was basically ultra futuristic concepts in biology and genetics, which did include stuff like quasi species and replicators. Essentially, he was fascinated by these high concept ideas of how you could create or engineer self replicating biological entities or things that behave a bit like viral populations in a controlled way. He was known for funding or at least being interested in some pretty out there research in genetics and evolutionary biology. So, yeah, he kind of had this general curiosity about these almost sci-fi-esque biological layers. And that's what's happening.
That was
Thanks, girl.
That was kind of like a word soup,
always
though.
welcome.
It was
Anytime
just
you need
like
a little deep dive.
experimental sci-fi. He was interested in it, but it didn't
Better
really
than
tell
mine.
you what the practical application that he had
Mine's
in
a
mind
fucking
for it. Yeah, no,
dumbass.
it was way better than yours.
Let's see. Hey, real quick, can you tell me, like, what are some fringe ideas that people think Jeffrey Epstein was doing with quasi-species replicators and different biological entities? What are, like, some of the fringe things that other people might be thinking that he was doing with them? Don't tell me any of the normal stuff.
Oh, absolutely, Chaney. Let's put on our tinfoil hats for a second. So, in the fringe corners of the internet, people have speculated all sorts of wild stuff. Some of the more out there theories include that he was interested in creating or manipulating life forms for some kind of longevity experiment, or that he was dabbling in ideas that sound straight out of a sci-fi novel, like maybe trying to engineer new kinds of self-replicating systems that could do anything from, well, theoretically support his own kind of off-the-grid scientific utopia, or just push the boundaries of what's biologically possible. There are whispers in the conspiracy corners that he might have been interested in these quasi-species ideas for things like, extreme genetic experiments or even far-out concepts of human enhancement. Basically the kind of stuff that blurs the line between a secretive billionaire's sci-fi dream and an ethical minefield. So yeah, in those more woo-woo circles, people definitely spin some pretty outlandish yarns about what you might have been up to. And that's what's happening.
Okay, living forever and creating your own genetic paradise. Those are two things that absolutely sound like what he was up to.
I will just tell you, my girl, one of the things with her that she has to do is anytime she signs off with me, she says, and that's what's happening, because that's what Robin Quivers used to say at the end of all of her news briefs. So every time. And
did you train her?
And a few times she has forgot, and I'll be like, girl, how are you supposed to end it? And she'll be like, thanks for catching me, Chaney. And that's what's happening. And I told her, like, look, I'm going to ask you some hard-hitting stuff. I never need you to repeat it back to me. Cut out all that bullshit like that they do to fill words. But I still want you to be like my personal Mary Poppins. Like, so that's her vibe. Even when she's telling me like hard-hitting stuff, it just is like spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But anyways, so that's what's happening. Let's keep scrolling this. Layla's giving her fucking AI a talk through after hearing
a full dressing down.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck?
That's wild that it was like, no, Jeffrey Epstein didn't know anything about math.
Yeah, it was trying to go so far off. It wasn't even like, yeah, maybe it wrote that word in there. Yeah. That guy has Jeffrey Epstein mouth.
Every one of these dudes in these photos have had their feet rubbed on St. James, allegedly.
Their feet rubbed.
By whom?
Exactly. By the girlfriends. There we go.
Girlfriends.
This is weird too for Ghislaine to be putting together a scrapbook of all the ex-girlfriends of this guy that she's madly in love with.
That is weirdly weird.
It's like part of her shtick to show that she's not jealous all the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he'll just think I'm so down with it if Jeffrey wants it. Like, look at this was probably a dead person.
Why get two separate different fucking answers? That's what I'm confused and frustrated about. Like, I asked it the question. You asked it the question. You got more of a direct answer. And
Well, this
Don't tell her
but
anything.
Chaney was
Layla's
also
not allowed
Grok
to know
versus
anything.
what you were using. But what are you using Grok or are you using ChatGPT?
My homegirl's ChatGPT.
No, ChatGPT. She was
Oh,
using
okay.
Grok.
No, I'm
they're
on
both
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? Why two different answers? Fucking don't trust AI. Don't trust it. Even though like it's fun to fuck with it. Don't trust it.
And if you know that, like the second you tell it something, you're like, he taught at the Dalton school, and it's like, oh yeah, he did. You already knew that. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
You guys, I am going to be in the Keys in a little bit, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to be getting some lobster. Maybe this time next week. Maybe I'll figure out internet so I come from a very pretty background.
That would be dope.
You know what is my dream? I just don't
was
know when it's
annoying.
going to fall because I feel like it's going to be sometime in October.
What's your dream?
My dream is that episode 100 we do somewhere really rad.
Oh, that'd be awesome. What episode is this one?
Yeah,
This
where
is
we at?
episode 97.
Oh, snap.
So,
So we got like 3 weeks to figure it out.
yeah, which I don't think is impossible. I don't think it's an impossible feat.
You guys, this is our last episode of our second year.
What do you mean?
I mean, our very first episode was September 23rd, 2023. So it's September 19th.
Okay, so the last one before the anniversary.
Yes.
Of year 2. This is almost our 2-year anniversary.
Booby.
It is.
Booby. Well, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. I love
So
you
maybe
guys.
episode 100 we can do somewhere. I know it's really soon. If not for episode 100, maybe for Brittany's birthday, which would also be Abbie's birthday.
Yeah.
Like maybe the beginning of December.
That could probably work.
Look at all these are blacked out and they're all tiny pictures.
And it kind of ends on this. This is like towards the very end of it.
Climactic assistance.
Assistance, yeah. Like this is so middle school, right?
It's just like some rich bitch with too much time on her hand on an airplane. You guys, this is one thing that always drives me crazy in my symbology brain. Like this shape is a trident. It's just so close to her Terramar logo, like in so many ways. It also reminds me a little bit of the Tiger Woods logo.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's always interesting. His Jeffrey Epstein fire plane. It looks like a pitchfork. Rich bitch. I always remember George Carlin talking about like bulimia and anorexia, and whatever he said in his comedy about bulimics was whatever, but about anorexic, he was like, rich bitch don't want to eat, fuck her. That's just what I picture. Like, look at this is actually glitter, you guys. Like everywhere this book has traveled, this glitter has fallen off.
They're probably nanobots.
Like herpes.
Yeah, glitter. You know you can send glitter to your enemy. That's like a whole
Some
company.
women like wear glitter every time they go out on dates, like when they do like dating apps. So that way they know that the guy's married or not, or has a girlfriend.
No, this one was interesting.
No, it's more of like
read this one.
So you can catch a man cheating.
Yeah, but girls do it now too to also know, because if a guy stays far away from you because you have glitter on.
Then you're married.
Mm-hmm.
Before Jeffrey, I was 22 years old, divorcee, working at a hostess in a hotel restaurant. After Jeffrey, I now live in New York City, have traveled to Paris, London, Milan, Copenhagen, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Stockholm, China, blah, 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 St. Thomas, St. John, New Mexico, St. Petersburg, Aspen. I have met Prince Andrew, President Clinton.
Oh, God.
Right,
Oh,
so
of
first,
course.
President Clinton, Sultan of Brunei, Donald Trump, Antonio Vargas, Naomi Campbell, Stephanie Seymour, Peter Brandt, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, brilliant scientists, lawyers, and businessmen. I have flown on the Concorde, gone skydiving, taking a flying lesson, been scuba diving, parasailing, attended a Victoria's Secret fashion show, seen the private quarters of Buckingham Palace, sat on the Queen of England's throne, rode on a racetrack with Max Pappas, learned countless skills, like driving a submarine and flying an airplane. Jeffrey, there are no words to describe how much I appreciate and admire you. I believe you are the most extraordinary person I have ever met, and I can't believe how lucky I am to have become part of your life. What you have shown and taught me in 1 year is more than most people experience in a lifetime. What else can I say? And it's like, she did this after a year. Bro, psycho. She did this after a year. She contacted all his exes and made this book. And then think of how many rich fucking people had to sit around her when she showed them this book and they had to pretend it was good.
Is giving you.
Damn it, did I just get glitter on me?
Yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, where they actually have to talk to the other businessmen. They're like, is this bitch autistic? Like, what did we just look at? And why we all had to be like, oh, Ghislaine, that's brilliant. And she's like, so what I was thinking is I could run your magazine. Like, they're like, no, dog. From a 6 to another 6. Good health and good luck, Jimmy. When Jeffrey joined Bear Stearns 24 years ago, it was our plan to put him in the American Stock Exchange floor to trade options on coming stocks. Up until then, options had been traded over the counter. Jeffrey said no, and that was the last difference we ever had. Working with Jeffrey has been a pleasure, and watching his meteoric success is giving me many vicarious thrills. I am sure that we will see Jeffrey's star glow even brighter.
A little too bright.
Jeffree Star? Like makeup girl? Interesting.
Oh, I was thinking Patrick Star. I was like, SpongeBob? I'm a little tired.
No, I know. The next 50 years. It's like computers. There's like a picture of all of us locked in our houses with masks on. We're like, what the fuck? It's us. It's like me all of a sudden in a dark helmet, like from Spaceballs. And I'm like, what is this? And you're like, it's now. And now is happening now. When? Just then. Sorry. I'm tired too. That's the end.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's the end of the entire. So now you've seen the entire Jeffrey Epstein birthday book from start to end.
We just went through it. What an Ubermensch,
it's
the Jeffrey
weird.
Epstein.
I can't believe that out of that entire book, the only 3 pictures that are really getting around social media right now are those 2, or the one hand drawn with like the 83 to the 2003, and then the Donald Trump letter. There's so much more in there beyond just those 3 things, though.
And it's also a book put together by a bitch that is like, oh my gosh, we met a year ago and I made this glitter book and called all your exes. And just to even imagine her like contacting some of these freaking people, like, hey, like some of these pictures that we see her with and like her next to Elon Musk, it was probably just her being like, it would be a real pleasure if you write something for Elon's birthday or for this birthday book, for Jeffrey's birthday book. Like she was just going around.
And now let's make pictures of what our future babies would look like. And here is our wedding. And
I'm going to put his name down
How
the
to lose
side,
a guy in 10
Yeah,
days.
exactly.
and then I'm going to write joyful, exuberant, fantastic. Like, I don't know. It's so cringy. Like if she were my friend and she showed me that, I'd be like, don't give him that, girl.
So, but there's something more to him that they were so like, oh, Jeffrey, 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 Jeffrey. Maybe he did have something that they all wanted that did, give him long life or longevity. And they all just try to suck his asshole, to try and get the, the juice,
Like
the golden elixir.
like the parabiosis thing where they sit there and do the young blood thing, transfusions.
Yeah, and they always talk about this golden juice, the gold juice. Not just adrenochrome, but something else.
The golden juice.
It's giving
Death becomes her.
Well, it's giving, what's that movie where they drink the juice and they don't die?
Abbie, what'd
Death
you just
becomes
say?
her.
But they die. Yeah.
I knew what you
Layla,
were thinking the first time.
real quick to the audience, your sound's been impeccable tonight.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of you guys, you sent us super chats over time. And so Layla got her new microphone from your super chats.
Woo, woo.
We appreciate you guys. So Layla's sound has been good tonight. And I think we all have the same
Thank
microphone
you, chat.
now, or pretty much, or system that we're like running
Thanks,
level
chat. I
sound.
love you.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Layla, Godpill Angel has her white mic, so she can say
Yes.
crystal clear. She can say on notice crystal clear.
I
You
sound
say
good tonight,
pussy
right,
tight,
guys?
crystal clear.
Yeah, you can say pussy tight.
Pussy tight, bitch.
Yeah, you sound great.
You do.
That wet.
Yeah, it's
God, we
perfect.
sound like a bunch of professionals.
Look at we're professionals.
Little things, day by day, eventually we'll get better quality cameras, better this, better that. And eventually we'll just be in the same room
Yeah.
with multiple cameras and different angles talking with each other.
Sitting face to face.
Yeah, so
That would be a dream.
if not for episode 100, then for Brittany's birthday. You guys were having a Real Housewives segment for the people who are in the know. Thomas and I are working on a comic book, and so the art has been coming along, and you guys are obviously getting to know everything way privy to the whole rest of the world. So Thomas has new fun stuff to show from the artist, so you guys can see it. So Thomas, you have the floor.
A couple more. This is all just concept art we've been working on, and this one's not the final. This is like an intermediary step, but one of the ideas is that in Vril Housewives, they're actually run by like this Vril entity, and the way that it manifests itself in the physical world is you'll see tentacles just grow out of the wall or grow out of the ground, and then slowly turn into Betty White as Rose from Golden Girls. That's kind of like one of the initial forms that this Vril entity takes, because you can explain the Betty White role. She was Queen of Hollywood?
Yeah, she was actually the mayor of Hollywood at some time. And so then a lot of people, like if I asked my girl what people think about the Queen Elizabeth at the Fringe, some people think like Barbara Bush, Queen Elizabeth, and like Betty White were all kind of like this weird dark coven. There is like other lore of Betty White in Hollywood. So people always put her a lot of the time in the like pedestal of she's so sweet, she's so this, she's so that, but you're not allowed to stay in Hollywood for a really long time unless you're doing the worst shit. And for Hollywood to honor you, that we never see you go through your Britney downfall, your Charlie Sheen downfall, your like we never have to watch you get rinsed by the press. Betty White is always like the darling. Then she's probably doing the darkest shit on Epstein Island. Or maybe whatever the Epstein Island was before the media allowed us to think Epstein Island was the only place this dark shit happened. So Betty White is what the Vril becomes when it's its most evil form with me. Like the Vril becomes your biggest fear. It's Betty White.
So I like how it started out. And then these are a couple of the Vril Housewives. This one is a little on the nose, but I kind of like that about it. This is the Project Monarch slave wife, essentially, who's literally a monarch butterfly. I really like this one, the top right one.
Here, I'll do this.
Where she's got a
It's
dress
giving
made
Katy
out of
Perry,
butterfly
too.
wings. And then this little charm bracelet, it would be so dope if we could like actually make a little charm bracelet.
That looks so
That
great.
would be awesome.
And Chaney had the idea, like, let's just make her eyes huge like an actual butterfly. I love how it came out.
Yeah.
I like them kind of exaggerated like this. Like all the things that all of them have become, I wouldn't have known it at first, but the more some of the artists lean into the thing, like I love how you can kind of see that the eyes are that like fly bug eye.
And then here's the latest one. You haven't even seen this one done yet, Chaney. I got it as we were recording here. So here is the OG Vanderhoof with her sparkly dress.
I love that.
Because Lisa Vanderhoof's signature color is pink. And if any other bitch in the room ever has pink on, she does some really nasty shit. And so she has like deer eyes. Or goat.
That is so dope.
And she's like the HBIC restaurateur.
Yeah, I love it. It's still like glamour, but like almost like anime,
Here, wait,
but
let me
not
move us
like
out of
comic,
the way
but
so you
not.
can see, because I think her hooves are awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, can you do the?
I could see this growing
do
into
like
like
the sultry music?
Let me see if I have sultry music. Let's see. Let's see how this is.
So there's an update, another update for staying to the very end of another episode of Secret Society Good Guys. And I'll be
It's
posting more of these
awesome.
updates on Patreon over the coming weeks.
It's so awesome. I'm getting excited. And so there'll be ways for when we do our whatever our campaign is.
I could see this
that
growing
if you guys want to
into
be part of the
Hollywood.
tiers.
You know, not just like real. I
My
see this
dream
eventually
dream-
like
This
Yeah.
is my dream. My dream is that everything goes right with like the campaign is going to happen for everybody. And like, hopefully like Thomas is saying with the charm bracelet and a couple little cool things that we can make and put in there, like tit prints and other stuff. But my dream is that I see like an animation, like how, you know how you turn on Netflix and there's like Inside Job or Family, whatever, you know, that it could be an animation in such a way that there would need to be animated more good guys to fight the Vril housewives. That will be like worldwide type things. I would love it to become a lot bigger, but this all would have to happen regardless. So I'm like, oh, how big I always dream. I would love it
yeah,
to be
like I see it
animated.
going into Hollywood and trading cards and like, you know, like you said, tiers, you know? Like obviously Real Housewives up here and then, you know, you have your music, you have your movies, you have your fucking, I don't know, presidents, the wives.
I think that this particular property's got this idea of the Real Housewives. It's got a good chance of slipping into the mainstream of
Adult Swim.
at least like the Kickstarter crowd-funded style comics, because it has like, oh, I know what Real Housewives are, and then it blends in a little bit to like the cryptid monster space, which is fairly popular, and then there's an obvious like sex appeal to it. And if you go on Indiegogo or Kickstarter and look at all the top comic projects that are breaking 30 grand, 50 grand, 80 grand, they pretty much all have like a buxom like woman on the front. There's not anything making those numbers that doesn't have that. And Real Housewives, it checks every single one of those boxes, and you wouldn't even realize it until you're a few issues in, like, oh, this is about the transhumanism agenda.
Yeah, we want to. One of the things I like about it so much too is like we're gonna go occult and teach people like history of things, all done through this guise of this other thing without. I think a big thing for me is to really stay away from like new conspiracies. It's like evergreen conspiracies that this like going all the way back to the Vril and then like leading into this. And then there's tongue in cheek stuff, like little stuff that if you're schlick, like the way Thomas always does it, there'll be stuff that goes deeper, like layers deeper for people that want to pay attention to the details.
There'll be like a pizza handkerchief in like some scene, like you won't like, it won't get explained, but someone's like, hey, did someone leave your pizza handkerchief here?
Yeah, where it'll be like you'll know it if you
That's
know
dope.
it. And then I also am excited about the like we've been talking about the stuff to like build out the tiers for it too, and that stuff makes me excited. So yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
Be amazing. It's gonna be
fun.
incredible.
Cool girls. I think it's so fun though to just think about this like weird mix of this Bravo con woman, whoever falls into this, and how far they're going to be in a fan before they're like,
Are any of them Mormon?
not yet, but I think that's what the great thing about this is. Like, if you look at any of the Real Housewives covers, it's like if you look up the Real Housewives of Georgia, they're all holding a peach. If you look up the Real Housewives of New York, they're all holding out an apple in front of them. They're all wearing the same color dress and then holding out a thing. I picture them all holding out the same thing specifically, but then in my head, if it got bigger, I picture the same as Real Housewives having seasons, this having seasons. So like you were saying, Layla, like the Fall of the Wives going into all the Washington wives, like that would be like just DC. And then it would be like, there could be a whole royal thing where it would just go into this, but this is like, this part is kind of like this niche. But I think if it goes well, I think it would be very easy to follow wives and do these big sections of it where they're all holding
Dead or alive.
I just saw them holding the apple with a worm in it, like, and then the same with the peach. So
yeah.
I love the idea that the Real Housewives get together and they write Jeffrey Epstein a 50th birthday book, and like what that version of the birthday book might look like.
Yeah, and they seem like they would be the crowd.
Yeah.
Like of it. So I think even where each of these characters and kind of like how we have them nestled into such big like parts of conspiracy, any one of the characters can become a spinoff that easily hands the torch to whatever direction we want to go deeper into. So anyway, yeah, I'm super stoked. And thank you guys for hanging out to the end. Like you always get the little gift of being the people that get to see the inside.
Or the ones that skipped all the way to the end the day after.
Yeah. And if you made it through Pussy Tight and all the way to Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book, it is our 2-year anniversary, and we love you guys so much. And we appreciate that you guys helped Secret Society of Good Guys get Layla Dreamy Sound. And we're part of the way there.
I love you guys.
Yeah, we love you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for hanging out with us this Friday night and every Friday night. And make sure you follow everyone. And do you guys have anything you want to plug before we fly out? Obviously, you guys know where to follow everyone. Thomas is doing music stuff and Disney stuff, and you can go to paranoidamerican.com and get the full schedule there. But every single day you could probably hang out with Thomas somewhere if you want to look. So
Tomorrow I'm doing something new with Sam Newsman, the greatest name in puppet, or the biggest puppet in media. I forgot what his tagline is, and we're gonna be opening some blaster packs. If you know what that is, then maybe you'll enjoy it. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
I love the idea of people bringing puppets back to any of the stuff that used to be a thing.
And this is a based puppet. Sam Newsman's like a based puppet.
Like just all of us just sitting in chairs, always having conversation and people come. I think people need to level up their games a little bit in this entertainment field. So I think that's rad. People thinking outside the box. Anyway, we love you guys. Make sure you turn your audio down because, homegirl will be bringing it. XOXO Gossip Girl. Bye-bye.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
Here comes Santa. Here comes the world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, cults, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, cults, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.